very, very much for tuning in. Man City versus Arsenal. We're here live, giving you a full build-up. There'll be a full watch-along and a post-game reaction show here live at the Football Terrace. Chelsea currently 3-2 up in their game after throwing away a 2-0 lead as well. So it's all interesting. Are they going to go 4-2 up here maybe? Or not quite. Do us a big favor from the top of the video. Smash the like button. Hit the share button as well. Really, really important to us that you get that done. It truly is. We're going to have some guests for you on the show today as well. Big test for Arsenal this afternoon. The team news is, of course, out as well. I want your reaction to that. Want to know what you're thinking and you're feeling. Also want some reactions still. I know it's still very fresh with Liverpool fans there. Devastating result in the end to Everton. But there are the lineups, as you can see. We'll look here at City first. Ederson in goal. Walker, Cancelo as their fullbacks. Ake and Diaz as the centre-back pairing. You've got Holden, Rodri, and Silva in the middle with Sterling, Aguero, Mahrez. No Fernandinho, no KDB. In Arsenal's lineup, what's really interesting is they're saying they're going to play Pepe through the middle, Aubameyang out on this left-hand side, and Willian on the right. You may see that actually switch. No Thomas Partey in the starting lineup today. He is on the bench for Arsenal. He is on the bench for Arsenal today. So I want your live reactions, your thoughts and feelings to that. As I've said, make sure every single one of you that jumps on this stream hits that like and share button. Oh, Kai Havertz could have made it 4-3 there, and he just missed. Great opportunity. We're going to be getting a few of the guys from the Football Terrace on very, very soon to tell us, you know, what they think and what they feel in relation to all of this. But Arsenal fans, genuinely, are you confident? Like, I truly want to know, are you confident in this game? Do you think you can get, are you going to get something out of this, etc., etc.? I want to know your thoughts, your feelings, and everything in relation to that. Ziyech is on. Yeah, I can see Ziyech is on. There we go. I want your score predictions for today as well. It's Liverpool fans saying VAR's a disgrace. They were robbed. Yeah, I mean, it was offside, but I get the millimetre difficult. I understand that being offside by a millimetre is an absolute killer. Absolute killer. It truly, truly is. Absolute killer. There's no doubt about that. Skype lines, we're going to open the Skype lines now so you guys can come on, have your say, call in, etc. Remember, we're here for the next sort of three hours or so for this game, and then we'll be having a post-match reaction show. Oh, Theo Walcott coming forward here. No, they're not going to score again. Oh, just wide by Southampton. They almost equalised. Jeez. I doubt anything will happen, though. I doubt anything will happen. We're going to get some guys on the show now. Make sure you're hitting those like buttons for us, please. Share buttons as well. We've got KJ in the house with us. We're going to add Mr. Igao as well. And we're going to go to the three-way screen. Hopefully this all just switches up nice. It seems... We'll get all this done now. We'll get all the technical stuff done. KJ's with us. How's it going, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm... obviously excited about these games. Obviously, the Chelsea living life dangerously at the moment. Igao's with us as well. We'll get Igao on the air with us now. I think that's the right one. Let me see. There we go. We've got the boys in the house. First of all, though...
Yeah, quick question before we start.
Yeah.
Cronky out.
What?
Are you cronky out?
Who isn't?
Why are you wearing the shirt then, fam?
I bought this a long time ago. 3 years ago.
No, you're advertising Arsenal right now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I might be cocky out, but at the same time, I buy this stuff because I like it. I think our stuff looks nice, so I generally just buy it. If I was really like going crazy and protesting, then I wouldn't buy it. But right now, I'm not really about all that protest stuff. I might be cronky out, but honestly, he has shown some spending, and he has shown us something. So I'm not going to be that tough on him. Right now, I need to see more. I need to see more, but hey, it's not all the way.
I love you, Igao. I do love you, bro.
Look,
I do love you, man.
everybody can beat Kroenke out, and I myself am. But at the same time, you have to give him respect when he does do stuff that's decent, like getting Pate over the line, which was 100% cash up front. It was not installments or any of that.
Bruv, like, nah, I'm not even going to go. I was going to deep it there and talk about some of the atrocious men in history of the world that done some good things. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, the road. I'll give a non-emotive example. Like, I'm not really happy that the Romans might have built roads for us, but they still enslaved us for however many years. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would say to those things. They gave us some good stuff. You know what I mean? But still, you use the Romans. Nobody cares about them anymore. They're so far back in time. Nobody gets emotional over it. Do me a big favor, everyone that's tuning in. You got to smash that like button. We've got to pass 1,000 likes during this stream, please. We really do. A great comment here from Richard says, "Gal, why's Partey been dropped?"
We all know this is gonna happen. You guys are gonna make jokes about the fact that he hasn't started his first game, but it's understood that most managers don't start their players in the first game.
Your Tellers is going to be dropped today, and it's.
Bruv, have you seen the leaked Man United lineup?
No, it has to be a.
It has to be fake, but it's like Maguire starting, Lindelof starting, no Donny. Matter on the right. You know, you look at it, it's almost, you know, if Pereira was still here, they'd have put Pereira. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's a team that's been released to trigger people ahead of time. But if it is the team, you know, I say about like not being negative before a ball's kicked. I'm going to find it very difficult to not be negative before a ball's kicked if that's our team.
Yo, if that is our team in the end,
it's not. Oh, they almost equalize. Do you know what, man? Do you know, I've said this before, right? And I'll say it before and I'm going to say it again. And I don't mean it in any kind of salty way at all, right? You know what I said last night about any team? If Arsenal win 3-0 today, if Man United beat Newcastle 10-0, if Chelsea score 2 goals in the last few minutes here and win 5-2, any team that thinks we're set for the season is mad. I was saying it earlier, and I'll say this again, right? Hang on, they come forward again here. This sort of notion that teams of any one team is settled yet this season is a nonsense in my opinion. Look how up and down Leicester have been. Look how up and down Liverpool have been as an example. Liverpool, for instance, today, that VAR decision at the end has really masked over the fact that they conceded another.
That would have been handball in the box. Just going to say that now.
Like they would have been. Liverpool's VAR decision at the end of the game, it's masking over the fact that they conceded another 2 goals, that they've conceded 15 goals in their opening 5 Premier League games. No team is set yet. So, like, if you guys beat City today, I implore you not to get overly carried away that, we've got this defensive record, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Nothing's set in stone yet for any team, and I saw that with Liverpool today. They do not look like the same champions who nearly got 100 points last year, who won the league at a canter. I look at Chelsea right now, and going forward, they look scary. At the back, though, bruv, it's leaking like a broken fridge. It's another 2 goals today. They could. I've been in the last 5 minutes. They could have conceded another 2. This is going to be the most topsy-turvy, upside-down Premier League season ever. Can you two actually quite believe how bad everybody is at defending this year?
It has something to do with the fans being away. Do you really think? I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Fans being in the stadium for some reason has something to do with improving the players' defense. Do you think that has something to do with it?
I think it's a factor. So let me put it to you then. That's cool. You don't believe it, and I'm not. I didn't say it was because there was no fans. Why suddenly if you look at Man United and Liverpool respectively, and City, 3 of the best defensive units last year in the Premier League. Why are they being exposed? Arsenal, on the other hand, fairly average defence last year, has started off very, very well. Chelsea, poor last year, equally as bad this year. Why can't people defend in the Premier League? Because if Chelsea or Liverpool or City or United could defend well, it feels at the moment like any one of those teams could walk the league.
I think I was going to say, I think it's because of the whole thing you guys were talking about, shortened preseason, and I feel like teams are getting their feet under them and getting used to playing again.
Mm-hmm. I'm putting it down to that as well. But the thing is, as well, we've also got to remember teams have had a long period of time to also analyze their own games, analyze how the opposition plays as well. So I think other teams now are also figuring out how to play against the top teams and are being successful with it. And on top of the lack of preseason, it just like goes into their favor. It just falls into their hands, really. So this is going to be a very excellent season. Like, I really hope that we're after 15 games, when everyone's like caught up to speed, that they still are tight games. You know what I'm saying? There still are close matches.
Yeah, I think you're going to see by the end of the season, if things don't fix up, you could have the teams in the top 4 all conceding 45, 55, maybe even 60 goals. That you could genuinely, with the amount that people are shipping in right now, it's a madness. I haven't even looked at, again, this is no salt at any one club. They're all terrible. And look, Tottenham have been on a madness in the last few games, the amount of goals they've scored. Any Spurs fans like, oh, we're sorted now, we're settled for the season. I think you just got to think again. I think this is going to happen quite a bit. I think fans have a part to play, though, in the sense of, go back and look at Liverpool's game against Villa. When it went to 2-1, I think...
Not yet, nah. You're way behind.
Yeah, I know I am.
I sort of feel like with that Villa game, if there would have been fans there, you would have felt some anxious behaviour from the Villa fans and a sense of let's go get them from the Liverpool supporters, and that can change the mood. That being missing, I think, plays an impact. You know, today, when you're up against it today, when you're away at City, it can. I know, like the jokes are they don't have fans, etc. But if you guys go 2-0 down pretty quickly, just say as an example, it's harder to drag yourselves out of that sometimes when your fans are being disgruntled and their fans are laughing and joking and having fun, and the atmosphere is in a particular way. Fans do play a big part. That's why you have a home advantage, generally speaking. But the home advantage has been eradicated in many ways, and it's hard to put your finger on it. The one thing I will say, though, Chelsea winning 3-2. They smashed Palace in the last game. They were all on the show here, all the Chelsea fans on the Football Terrace. See, we're here, told you, sorted. They might get the 3 points today, but they're scraping through this game like Man United scraped past Brighton. Like, the amount of times that Southampton could have scored today is unbelievable. And I just feel like, Everton, they're going to kill it. Listen, they were lucky today to not lose that game in the end. It's so up and down at the moment, and I think everyone's got to relax a little bit, wait 10, 15 games in before making any kind of sweeping statements around who's out of the race, who's in the race, what we're going to do. I feel like with you guys, Igal, I honestly think if you win 3 more games on the bounce, we're going to start to hear we can win the title. That's how close you personally are. What if you win today, you might say it, Igal, but it's premature. Nah.
Terry, there's one thing that you did say that caught my eye. As an Arsenal fan, winning away from home, we tend to struggle to win away from home, especially against top 6 teams. So if we win today, does it really count as away from home?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know, but you make a great point there, Igal. If statistically speaking, home advantage appears to have been eradicated, and it's not as big, there's no factual evidence since lockdown that teams are winning considerably more at home than they are away, then no, it can't, can it? If home advantage has been eradicated, winning away from home doesn't matter because it's just playing in a stadium. There's no away fans. The only advantage you have is dimensions of the pitch. But I don't know how much training players, maybe this is what clubs need to do. Maybe teams need to start doing their training during the week in their stadiums, as opposed to in the training ground, to give them that advantage of, we know the exact dimensions of Old Trafford. We train on it all week. As an example, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as an example around fans ain't helping anymore. But the one thing I know for sure is any team that thinks after 3 or 4 results so far this season, we're set, we're done, we're ready for the season ahead, I think you're mugging yourselves off big time.
I think Manchester United, if you go back to the Manchester United game against Tottenham, it wasn't that bad in the sense because you guys got a red card in comparison to Liverpool, where they didn't have a red card and there was their 11 men the whole game. When you look at it from that perspective, you really analyze it deep. You think about, hey, if Martial wasn't sent off, would you really conceded 6 goals?
Potentially, yeah, because the goals that we conceded when he was on the pitch were still bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted here again. I understand what you're saying, but we were terrible after we scored the goal.
Yeah, and on top of that as well, 2 goals in the second half, we needn't have conceded. Like, if Pogba would have been alert, he could have stopped the ball that came through to whoever, I can't remember who it was now, for their 5th goal.
Aurier.
To Aurier. And the tackle he made to give away the penalty, they were needless. We didn't need to concede those 2 goals. They were poor pieces of defending. The 3rd goal, after the sending off, the pass from Bailly doesn't need to happen in that way, shape or form. The defending from Leaue, we've all seen the footage of De Gea screaming at him saying, don't leave your space, basically. Man leaves his space open. Those things, what we couldn't do down to 10 minutes, get ourselves back into the game after conceding them. But it was awful defending. And Man United have been shocking. And Man United deserve so much criticism. But City's defence hasn't been any better. Liverpool have been cut to absolute ribbons. I mean, I don't know how many goals in total now Chelsea have conceded across all competitions, but it's got to be a fair few. I mean, I'm going to take a little look at it.
Liverpool have 13 conceded so far in the league. So just to tell you that.
No, it's 15. It's...
Let's go!
Hang on. See, I'm behind you guys. I can't see. Hang on. Wait, hang on. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Does that mean they score?
Yeah!
Baby!
Theo Walcott's done. He went to Southampton.
Oh, Chelsea. But my point about teams and their defenses. Chelsea have conceded. I mean, it's crazy how many goals this season they've conceded so far. And opportunities to concede. Does that make sense?
Frank Lampard bottled it. He told him that he was not going to play the last game of the season last year. Why are you playing him this year? Where's your buckle? As you guys would say, British people. Well, how do you say it? Bottle or
bottle? Like a bottled water.
I thought it was buckle. Anyways, we mean what Dini said. He doesn't have cojones. Let's be honest. If he had cojones,
oh, it's such a bad goal as well. I've only just. Oh no! Wait, Prime, where you at, bruv? Prime, where you at? Prime, where you at, bruv? Where you at, bruv? Where you at, bruv? Hey, where you at, man?
The man glanced the header from a shot, from a bouncing shot. Man glanced the header in the.
Almost went 4.
Who
Southampton
did?
Almost scored. Southampton almost scored.
You need to stop doing that to me because I'm behind. This is so frustrating being behind. Do you know what's mad though, right? But my point was, and I'll say it again, they've conceded 3 today. 1 against Tottenham in the league, that's 4. 3 against West Brom is 7. 2 against Liverpool puts them on to 9. 1 against Brighton. They've conceded 10 goals this season already. That's loads, man. That's so many goals. Like this note, like what I said to Chelsea fans when they last phoned the show last week, we're cool now, we slapped a team. Bruv, everyone's getting beat this year by loads. Like, this is Southampton.
Terry, this is not good. You know what this means, bruv?
No. Arsenal
United
win the
dropping
league.
points. Liverpool dropping points. If Man City and Arsenal dropping points, you know what this means. Matty Longstaff, bruv. I see it now.
And mate, that's the whole thing as well, bruv. This is why, although I'm not putting any faith in Man United anymore because it does my head in. If Chelsea do drop points here, one of City or Arsenal or both are going to drop points. It opens up the door. And this is the point I've said from the start of this little segment here. Any team that thinks we're away, if we beat Newcastle 4-5-0 today, you won't see my opinion on this change at all.
Yo, you know me. I'm not gonna hide who I'm rooting for in this game. Obviously, I hate Chelsea as much as I hate Tottenham almost.
Well, you're meant to.
When it comes to Chelsea, you guys have been gassing your team too much. Calm down. Understand that you brought in so many players. You were never going to be this amazing team. Getting top 4 in it again makes sense, but Lampard, he's not the guy. And guess what? They're going to be complaining about Kepa not playing today after this game. Why was Kepa playing?
In fairness, that goal there the last goal there weren't Kepa's fault.
You weren't Kepa's fault. That was poor defending. How have you let a man do it? He did a knelt down, glancing header in the box. How do you let that happen?
When I first saw it, I thought it was Theo Walcott's weak volley that bounced through. I thought it was the keeper. And then when you see the header, you're like, okay, fair enough. This is a madness, bruv. Hang on, they're in again here. So you know you're ahead of me, so you know they haven't scored. But this is my whole point. I've been saying this the whole time along, man. People just got to slow down this sort of weird narrative. By the way, everyone who's tuning in, please smash the like. Oi, it's arrived. Yeah, man.
You got a tripod?
Better than a tripod. Yeah, man. Like I said for ages, this season is going to throw up so many ups and downs, so many problems and whatnot. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just sad we can't do it's game's over now, isn't it? It's a shame we can't do a match reaction to it. Actually, they can just call this show. If you want to phone this show now, Chelsea fans, come and have your say. Bell us. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Want to hear from you, man.
Yeah.
But make sure if you're tuning in, you're hitting the like button. We want to go past 1,000 likes. There's need 1,200 people watching. If you all hit the like button right now, I reckon we can get to 3,000 people watching. If we hit 1,000 likes, I want to get to 3,000 people watching. Do you know what? We'll have a little game. If we hit 1,000 likes and up to 3,000 people watching, because everyone's sharing this, I will buy 2 lucky viewers a Premier League football shirt of their choice, their name on the back, numbers, badges on the arms. I'll go full caboodle.
Except United, because we're not feeding the Glazers.
Anyone, whatever you guys want, we're doing it. 1,000 likes and 3,000 viewers. So share this stream now. You have to share it and like it to enter the competition. Get it done right about now for us, please. And any Chelsea fans out there that want to phone up and want to get involved, please do, because you have just been bodied. You have just been bodied again, bruv. 3 more goals conceded, more failure for you, more calamities for you. Let's do some of these super chats here. The first one from Monster Ahmed is, are you guys paying for Sky Sports subscription? I can't possibly say that on the air. There we go. Random question, who's got the biggest pitch? I want to say Man United, but I don't know if that's the truth.
No, it's Tottenham.
Oh, Tottenham, as in dimensions of pitch. There we go.
Yeah.
Next one here is from Monso. Terry, please do a match reaction with Chelsea fans. I can't because we're live streaming this, but they can phone this show via Skype if they want to. Dino with a super chat here. I didn't say anything, but thank you. Original base Annie says we need to talk about the defending in the Premier League. Absolutely, we do. Next super chat says no Chelsea fan can ever say they don't have a genuine relegation strength defense. They couldn't score goals. If they couldn't score goals, they'd literally finish 12th. Absolutely true. Kepa cost us today is what Emmanuel says in the super chats. I don't think it was Kepa, bro. I don't think Kepa did anything. I don't think Kepa did anything wrong today, really. Did he? I don't know. But yeah, there you have it. It all gone wrong. All gone wrong. I'm so happy they lost, man.
Yo, Frank Lampard bottled it again. How do you drop a man for the last game of the season and then play him the next season, expecting him to perform? Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's legitimate. They're just awful, bruv. Chelsea defensively are just awful, and I want to see the same energy. I want to see the same criticism of him that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets, and he deserves the same level of criticism. Another super chat here. We're going to add a guy to the call here. I don't know what this will do to your screens. It shouldn't throw you guys off. We've added a brand new caller to the show. Jonathan, what do you want to say? Are you there, Jonathan? No. Jonathan, you there, bro? Jonathan! No, Jonathan's with us. Let's do some more. Let's get your chats in by super chat. First one here, another one here says, Terry, Lampard should be scrutinised as much as Ollie. Why isn't he, KJ? Why doesn't Lampard get the same smoke that Ollie gets? When defensively, it's terrible at Chelsea right now. Actually, wait a sec. Let me ask you this question again.
Easy answer.
One sec, guys, one sec. So, boys, why does Lampard not get the same level of scrutiny as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Because his team have conceded 10 goals this season. They've thrown away another lead. They've been opened up by another mid-table team. Why doesn't Lampard get the same smoke?
I think generally because it's not fashionable to do so. He is protected by the British press, and he will do because he is English. He's a legend of the English game. So yes, he will not get the same scrutiny as other managers like an Ollie. But the issue is for me is like, if you're not going to scrutinise Frank Lampard because of certain things happening, you have to also look at what's happening at United and Ollie, and therefore give him the leeway. If you're going to give anyone leeway, give them all leeway. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the energy the same. But it's fashionable to make fun of Ollie. It's fashionable to say he's a PE teacher, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's clueless, he looks like Gollum. It's funny and it's fashionable to do that. It ain't fashionable to make fun of Frank Lampard, because you'll get the Chelsea mob after you. If you make fun of Ollie, the United guys, or half of them, will be like, yo, you guys are right.
And that's true. And you know what? We've had like Monstar and Anita on the terrace. Like they call out a lot of the Chelsea fan channels who are just, they try and talk about Lampard's tactics like he invented the wheel, and they try and add all these sort of like hipster words in, they name his style, they name his formations, they're defending badly, and they try and nuance it. It's just, they're all full of it. We've got Ches on the line with us. We know he's a Chelsea fan, friend of the show. Ches, when are you guys going to start questioning Frank Lampard's ability to organise his defence, bro?
It's a very, very good question. I'm really peed off. Watching that second half, I don't know what we were doing. Like, we had control of the game in some spells, but Southampton just went out. And to be fair, I know it sounds cliche, but give credit to Southampton. They're actually a very good team, and everyone's known this. They play a really high pressing game, got a lot of energy, and they ran us ragged in that second half. But there is a lot of questions for the personnel. Like, it's not a coincidence. We bring in we take out Mendy, we take out Thiago Silva, and we concede 3 goals. Like, I know Lampard's got a lot to do with the defensive, the centre shape is very poor, and the way we don't keep possession of the ball. Like, we sit back and allow pressure. But Kepa's mistakes today, and even the last goal, you're probably thinking, nah, it's got nothing to do with Kepa. It does, because Bellerin has scored that goal. Who the other day scored the same goal? It happens on the same side, on the right-hand side. He can't save it. It's the same shot every time. Every time. And it's frustrating because Lampard, I'm not going to be fair, it looks worse on him when you're idiots like Kepa on the pitch. And Christensen, who can't, stick on Ings. He's like their main striker. I'm very frustrated, Terry, man.
Yo, quick one. This is a test. How's it sounding?
Yeah, that's all good, bruv.
So I can't actually say, does it sound crisper than normal?
Yes, much crisper.
All right. Hell yeah, people, man's back with the mic, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Hang on, one sec. You just need to move it more central so you're not leaning out the way of the camera, so you can sit straight up. Yeah. Other than that, it's cool. Listen, Ches, I hear you, and Kepa is, of course, a big problem with it. There's no doubt about that. But as much as he's a big problem, it's the defense, it's the organisation, it's holding on to leads. There's so much wrong. I mean, your first goal you conceded today, Kai Havertz, weak as you like, defense not organised to stop that from happening. Second goal I haven't seen. I didn't see the second goal, so I can't comment. The third goal, it's giving away the foul. It's the defending of the set piece. It is partly the goalie. It's allowing Westerveld...
Wait, Toad, you not seen the second goal?
No, I missed the second goal.
The second goal is why everyone was shouting about Kepa.
Okay.
When you see the second goal, you understand what I mean about Kepa.
Yeah,
and Kepa's part
Zuma
of it.
was also...
No, but that's the thing. Zuma. That's the thing, KJ. Them things from Zuma, all centre-backs do. We'll see it against in the Man United game, Arsenal game. Defenders will do a short pass back, and it makes it difficult.
Yeah, but the thing
is Kepa doing?
In those situations, though, Ches, when it's United, Arsenal, and Man City, whoever, you blame the defender for that goal. But now, because it's Chelsea and you man hate Kepa so much, it's Kepa's fault.
No. But you know me already. I haven't scapegoated Kepa. You know I haven't been on to him. I've been defending him.
Let me ask you a question. You get on Kepa, but even equally, you have to get on Frank for playing him after last season, after all the bad performances. Why is the manager still playing him? If the manager trusts him,
that's a very, very stupid
question. Surely you have to question the manager.
And we said the same thing.
You still got Caballero, fam.
And we said the same thing.
Caballero is not any better than Kepa.
And by the way, we said the same thing earlier about Jurgen Klopp. You can blame VAR, you can blame Adrian, whoever you want, but Klopp's still picking him. You've got academy goalies that must be better than these guys. You must have a player in your academy who's 18, 19 years old who's better at stopping shots than Kepa. You have to. I think you could go down to Hackney Marshes and find better goalkeepers than Adrian and Kepa and the like. This is the managers that we need to be looking at here as well. We've got some super chat to do here. First one says, where is Anita saying Chelsea are going to win 4-0 yesterday? That is from the Universal boss, Chris Gale. There's another one here that says, I like Igal, but he might want to wait 2 hours before he starts talking. He's here to give opinions, bro. Dino says, Arsenal fan, Terry, but just want to touch base on the Chelsea game. If Southampton had a pair of good centre-backs, they would have won today's game easily. Another one from Mike, who says, Thiago Silva will not help this Chelsea defence at all. Tahir says, Chelsea didn't even get robbed like Liverpool, and they still drew. And another comment says, Igal, hope you give it back to Chelsea fans. They were downing Arsenal's win over West Ham and all. Now what happened? Now look what happened to Chelsea. What's your response to that, Igal?
I don't want to hear nothing from Arsenal fans. Let 10 games land. We'll see where they're sitting. I
Yo,
don't want to hear
Chez.
nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Chez.
Mate.
Yo.
Yeah.
They're above you in the league right now, fam.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm what? I'm what? Temporary.
it's
I'm
kind
what?
of.
I'm
it's
vexed right
looking
now,
peak
KJ.
for you
I'm
right
vexed.
now.
You're not telling vex. I'm
Yeah,
angry.
I can hear it, bro.
Because it's annoying me how, like, Lampard, I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. It looks much worse than it actually is.
Let me ask you
Defensively,
this.
yes,
What's your
we are
next game?
frail.
What's your next
What?
game? What's your
Yeah,
next
I know
game?
our next game. I know our next two games. Sevilla and Man United. I know.
So it's just get worse, mate. It's not going to get better. If you guys continue to play defense,
based on what? Based on what, though?
based on the fact that you're going to be
I can
playing better
debunk that knowledge right
opposition
now.
than Southampton.
And what's Man United's form? No offense to the other two. I like the
No,
other two. What's Man
forget
United's form?
No.
Manchester
You're
United.
correct.
They're
You're
a
correct.
level above Southampton, and Southampton and West Brom are doing this to you. Wait until you see the better teams. It's going to be a problem for you.
But I don't know where you're sitting from, like some next high horse at Arsenal, some next superior team.
Mate, we're talking about Chelsea. We're not talking about Arsenal.
Yeah,
Why
but
are you
said Man United is superior. You said Man United is superior to Southampton. Not really.
Keep it real. Everything I'm saying is fact. Everything I'm saying is facts. You face two teams that are not supposed to be anywhere near your level, and they scored 3 against you. Wait until you see the better teams.
No, but you're implying it's going to get worse, but I can imply it could get better because we're facing hard opposition. So we'll turn up more.
It can always get better. But from what we've seen, I'm starting to lose faith in your manager. I'm starting to lose faith in your defense, and I'm starting to lose faith.
I've got to go soon anyway because you didn't watch.
I'm starting
Let me just say my piece, quick.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
top 4
go on.
to continue like this.
Chez,
let me say my last piece.
Yeah, say your final piece, mate. Go for it.
What I want to say was, I think we're all right to critique Lampard, and I have critiqued Lampard, and I will now. I think defensively we need to pattern up. It's not good enough. The marking on set pieces is not good enough. The defensive structure and the way we're lined up is not good enough. How we sit back when we concede goals is not good enough. But at the same time, we have brought in personnel up front to help our attack. It is working. Midfield, it is working. Defensively, we've done the same thing. We take out the 2 players we bought, and all of a sudden this happens. It's no coincidence.
Yeah, but what I would say is this, though. Attacking wise, yes. But the midfield, I saw it today at lots of times, was getting overrun and was getting bypassed to get to your defence. So there are still areas to improve. It's a structural issue that Lampard has as well. But a lot of Chelsea fans want to ignore his part and just want to blame individual players when it's a collective. But Chez, thank you very much for coming on and having your say.
Thanks, man.
We're going to go to Prime next, who's on the line. 1 sec, Prime. We've got a couple of super chats. First one is from realist_AC, who says, Chelsea fans have every right to be angry. I'm a United fan and I'm vexed. Big up my guy, Igal. There's another super chat here from Mikeson YT, who says, Chelsea fans facing at the end of the season once they've realised Southampton are going to finish above them. Before we another thing we're doing, nearly 2,500 people watching. We're doing a competition. If we go past 1,000 likes and get over 3,000 people watching, we're nearly at 3,000 people watching, and that's partly because everyone's hitting the like button. If we go past 1,000 likes and get 3,000 people watching live, we're going to give away 2 Premier League shirts of your choice. We're going to get two lucky viewers to send them Premier League shirts. So everybody smash the like button right now, please. I want to see it fly past. If everyone hit it right now, it would go past 2,000. So let's get it past 1,000 likes as the bare minimum. And share it. We got over 3,000 people watching. A couple of you are going to win some Premier League shirts today. Prime, your team just got absolutely embarrassed again this season. Give me your post-match reaction, mate.
Yeah, it was terrible there, especially near the end. The fact that even this season now, it's still a problem where we're still conceding goals. It's terrible. Frank, that he keeps switching up our defensive pairing. If all our centre backs are bad, fine, but at least play 2 and stick with it. Why is not Thiago Silva? No, for a reason, clearly. Mendy was injured, so I get why Kepa played, but he shouldn't be. probably should have went with Caballero, but again, he's not that good either.
Listen, I hear that, bro. Listen, I said it last week when you guys won 4-0. Calm down. You know, I'll say the same. We smashed Newcastle 7-0 today. Watch me say to Man United fans, calm down. Arsenal beat City today. Calm down. If City beat Arsenal comfortably, calm down. Everybody has got a long way to go. Playing with no fans, not having full-length pre-seasons, Chelsea's circumstance, all these new players being brought into your squad, and the fledgling manager. You've still got a young manager that's learning his trade. You've got all of this. And it won't be long, though. Let me tell you this now, because I know Chelsea fans are too long. Another month to 6 weeks of these kind of games, and you will start to see people turn on Frank Lampard and put the same pressure on him that Ollie's getting, and that makes it even harder. And it will come, and it will happen. No doubt about it in my mind, mate.
I'll be honest.
Before you continue, I'm gonna pop off. I will come back for the game. I just gotta go sort a few things out and be back on.
All right, bro. See you in a minute. Cheers.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Harry. From some people, it already has. To be fair, having that pressure and criticism on Frank, and even though it hasn't been a lot of people or a majority or whatever, there's still the minority out there that have that pressure and expectancy from Frank. Because yes, he is a young manager, and that is something that you do have to factor in. But you're managing at Chelsea Football Club, and the expectancy and pressure that we've had from other managers, better and world-class managers, and they've been sacked for less.
Mate, exactly. And this goes back to everything that I said in the early parts of the season, and nobody wanted to listen to, and nobody wanted to understand that I wasn't coming from a place of hate when I said this, that until Chelsea show me, not that they've got to prove anything to me personally, until I see them stick with the manager through the downtimes, until I see them stick with the manager when it doesn't work, when he doesn't get it right first time, only then will I believe that they've gone in a new direction and they're no longer a sacking club, etc., etc. Until that point, I can't believe it. By the way, the same as Man United. I was willing to give my board faith that we were trying to do things differently in the market under Ollie. And this summer they proved to me they can never be trusted. So I will never trust them again ever again. Because until I get 2, 3, 4 years of consistency, maybe then. Prime, though, thank you very much for coming on, having your say, mate. Appreciate it. Some more super chats here. Then we're going to get chatting about the Arsenal City game that's kicking off in 15 minutes. First one here from Daniel. Says, as a Chelsea fan, I'm excited that the worst part of our team is the manager. Guess what happened when our managers aren't good? Lol. Or how Roman. Sonny says, the only monster with credibility is the energy drink. Arsenal were signing away from winning the league. Big mistake. Kroenke out. Okay, signing away from winning the league. Do you know the irony in this, though? If Arsenal can keep their defence strong this season, who knows? And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying get giddy. No one can defend. Arsenal have started off defending very well. If you can keep your defence, I think a pragmatic team could win the league this year. Arsenal, maybe Tottenham. I'm not saying anyone should get gassed still. I'm standing by I'm keeping the same energy, which I've had all show, that no one should get carried away yet. But so far this season, so many teams can't defend. The one team that can be the most consistent defensively this season is going to end up winning the league. I'm absolutely sure of it. Thank you very much for the super. Oh, actually, there's another super chat here, actually. What's the other super chat? It says those results only benefit City and Liverpool. As a Liverpool fan, rooting for Arsenal to beat or tie them. Yeah, I mean, I want to tie primarily, but City losing again, it doesn't take them out of the title race. But, wow, look at this. Most away points won at the Big Six since January 2015. Arsenal played 28 games, no wins, 10 points. Yeah. 16th best in the league. That is something that needs to improve. But like we said, if home advantage is gone, you can do that and almost manipulate that statistic. How confident are you sitting here right now, Agal, about this game?
Look, if City show up, it's a problem. We know that. We all know if City show up and they are the team that they have been, it's a problem for us. But this is the most vulnerable they have ever been. And that's what gives me more confidence going into this game than I've ever had before. Having Aguero coming back from injury, having Sterling not being 100% but still playing, having Kevin De Bruyne out of the game, having Arsenal playing the way we've been playing defensively and pragmatic. And in addition to that, we haven't gotten into the lineup. But when you see the lineup, you'll see a lot of changes, right? And that make me kind of positive going into this game, because I feel like Arteta set up the perfect way for us to counterattack and beat them, because there's no Lacazette, there's no Eddie Nketiah up front. It's Aubameyang up top today. And that is a welcome thing to see for Arsenal fans. It doesn't look like we're going to be sitting back and just taking it the whole time. We're going to be setting up in a way where we're going to be good and ready to go and counterattack right away.
Yeah, I mean, who scored got your... they've changed it now. They started off with Pepe through the middle. But yeah, as you can see, Aubameyang through the middle. My only slight concern with this team is the hold-up playability of Aubameyang. I don't know how good it is in comparison to that of Lacazette, because I just feel like I haven't seen Aubameyang play through the middle in such a long time. So I'm intrigued by that. It's the midfield battle, though, for me, because you've got, Saka and Bellerin. Okay, cool. They've got a bit of speed about them. Saka, I think, is a star in the making. There's no doubt. It's a central midfield area, though. Having said that, there's no KDB, which is huge.
Great.
Gundogan and Fernandinho on the bench. Rodri, I don't think Rodri's that good. So I think, Xhaka's not up against a superstar today. He's up against someone that he can have a real good go against. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Foden's young, so let's see what he can do. The bad news for yourselves is Aguero. And I know it's his first game back, but Sergio Aguero is an absolute monster in the Premier League, and he could give your defence the absolute runaround today. David Luiz dropped for this game's interesting. I would say it's a mistake from Mikel Arteta, but it's still not showing any consistency with the back line. They're still chopping and changing going on in relation to that. You've got Thomas Partey on the bench to come on, though. But, Raheem Sterling and Mahrez, keeping them quiet is going to be difficult. However, City have looked vulnerable on the counter-attack this season. There's no doubt about it. So you have a massive, massive chance. What's your score prediction saying right now? What do you think the score is going to be and results going to be?
Okay, I said 2-0 earlier, but I'm going to change, so it's 2-1 Arsenal. And the reason being, I think we're going to win this game is just look at their weakness. Their weakness is that left side of their attack, that right side of their defense. Kyle Walker and Diaz. We don't know how Diaz plays yet in the Premier League. We haven't seen him. We've seen Kyle Walker give away penalties and get sent off for England. So, and with Saka, Tierney, Aubameyang, and Willian coming up against him, I'm quite positive about that part of our game. And David Luiz being out is a crucial piece, because David Luiz, we've seen he can be hot and cold. When he's cold, he'll give away a penalty and get a red card and get sent off and give away another goal. So not having that kamikaze of a player in the team, I'm quite confident in our back line, in Tierney. Gabriel has shown that he's a good player, and Holding has shown recently that he's up for these games. And he's played almost every single game since we've started this new season. So I'm quite confident in my team. And once again, if City show up, it's going to be a problem. But this is probably the best time to face them.
Yeah, I hear that. I think that's a fair point. Mike here with a super chat says, how do Arsenal fans react if Partey is the reason they lose today? How long until they hate? Not saying he will, though. He is pretty good. Listen, I think Arsenal fans are in a feel-good factor at the minute. Arsenal fans are in great moods. Arsenal fans are in wonderful spirits. Arsenal fans are probably in the best space I've seen them for a long, long time. But
yeah, we're in a better situation than most teams. So I get the hate
But I will say this. It doesn't take long for it to change. We are fickle. Gal is not your stereotypical football fan. Gal lives in Rainbow Land. And I don't mean that in a horrible way. I think that you could catch Thomas Partey and Pepe with your girl and you defend them still. Like, that's how much you love your club, bruv. And I respect that too. No, you would. You'd be like, yeah, but it's good for the team.
There's a level.
It's good for the... If it was good for... If Arteta come to you saying, look, they like a gal, and can they borrow her for an evening, and we think it'll make us win at the weekend, I think you'd consider it, bruv.
Nah, there's two things that come before sport: family and religion. Get out of here, bro.
Not to me. Well, family, yes. Not religion. I'd put. If someone said to me now, you can save Christianity or save Man United season, I'd save Man United season. 110%. I'd be straight on it. But if that was the choice of any religion versus, I'd be like, yeah, get rid of it. See, I don't care. I'm a borderline atheist. So it's all good, my bro. But I thought I'd mention my religion, my old religion. I'm allowed to, I think.
Okay.
Mike here says, having seen the lineups, I give Arsenal a 3% chance of winning. I think I think you've got a much better chance. I'm still going to go over City win. I'm going to go over 3-1 City win. I think that's the logic. But Arsenal can win.
The bookies, what the bookies go for, that's the logic.
Well, no, the bookies is never logical. Do you want to know why it's not logical? Look how bad Man United are, right? Look how bad we've been for 7 years. We're still always odds on to win all our games. Unless we're playing City or Liverpool. They never give you... I remember when we went through the Moyes era. I remember sitting there. I used to bet every now and then. I'm not a big gambler at all, but every now and then I'll stick a bit of money on a game. I don't think, well, we've lost 3 on the bounce, or we'd lost 2 on the bounce and drawn 1. Oh, it must be... We're playing like City at home. I thought, you must get good odds on us to win. No, still odds on to win. I'm like, so I don't really go with that. I'm going to go with 3-1 to City today, but I know you can beat them. Do you get me? Like, this isn't coming from a place of hate. I just think City haven't really slapped anyone yet, and they will, and it could be today. I'd love it to be today as well, because I just want to see the reaction of Arsenal fans that have been very, very giddy, maybe a bit over the top. I also fear for you as well. I need you to lose today to calm you all down, because I think some of you are a couple of wins away from saying we're going to win the league. I think I can feel it coming. It's in the water. You all want to say it because of how you started, and I can look at it. And let's look at this now, right? So if you win today, right? If you win today, you then play. Let's go to all your fixtures here. I'm looking at Premier League here. If you win today, you then play Leicester, and then you play Man United. If you beat City and then Leicester and then beat Man United, you will start saying we're going to win the league. You're not going to win the league. You're just not winning the league. But I don't want to see you guys get all gassed up and happy and think it's going to happen, and then get to February and just be like having meltdowns about it.
You know what this is, Terry? This is like, when when a team that gets promoted, they go on a good run at the beginning of the season and it helps them solidify their Premier League spot. This could be for us a good run that solidifies our top 4 spot. If we go on such a good run right now, it could solidify us in the top 4 the way Chelsea almost was, or Leicester almost was. And if we drop off, we will have a good advantage over the rest of our teams points-wise, that we could stay above them, even if we drop a couple games here and there.
If you win today, puts you on 12 points. So you go... you would go second with a win today. And this is the interesting thing, though. But with these next 3 games... But this is like why I wouldn't get carried away either way. Win your next 3 games, title challenge. Lose your next 3 games, everyone starts to get a bit panicky and a bit worried, because you could then find yourself 11th in the league. That's why I say to everyone, slow down. Chelsea fans last week beat Palace 4-0. They beat United easy. We're back. We're ready. Here we go. Pray for rivals. We're gelling. Bruv, you ain't gelling, bruv. You ain't Brawl Cream FC. Listen, it's going to take you a long, long time to sort yourselves out. It really is. And there's going to be lots of swings and lots of roundabouts. And I will have the same energy. If Man United win our next 3 Premier League games, I'm not going to be getting ahead of myself, because it's too early for that from everybody. It really, really is. People have got to slow down a little bit when it comes to this. They really, really do. Do me a big favor, everyone.
I'm going to take a mellow.
One sec, bro. We're doing a competition today. We need to hit 3,000 concurrent viewers. We nearly got to 2,400. It's dropped down a bit now. I know people jump on and off these streams. 3,000 concurrent viewers and 1,000 likes, and we're going to give away a couple of Premier League shirts of your choice. We're going to pick 2 lucky winners. So do me a favor right now. Hit the like button. Let's get it past the 1,000 mark, please. And share this stream with your friends, with your family, on your social media platforms, and get people here. Game is about to kick off. We're about 5 minutes away. Gal's starting to look a bit nervous now. I'm seeing the nerves kick in.
I'm good. I'll tell you exactly how this game's going to go, Terry. Let me break it down for you. I'm a fortune teller, right? So the first 20 minutes, we're going to teach them to respect us by giving them a tough game, getting physical with them. After 30 minutes, we're going to somehow score from a mistake that they make. Then before halftime, we're going to make a mistake and we're going to concede a goal just before halftime. Second half begins. It's going to open up and we're going to catch them on the break, maybe around the 60th minute mark, and win the game 2-0 and close up shop after the 60-minute mark. And that's what I think is going to happen.
But that is a serious prediction. Where did you dream that?
No, I've just seen it. I've just seen how we've been playing, and I've seen that City, they start well and then they finish bad. So I think if we can keep it to the 60th minute mark, we can break them down.
They certainly have been finishing games poorly. That City have been, and we have to wait and see what actually happens in real time. But what I've seen with City this season, they start off like a bull in a china shop, and then they've been dying at 60, 70 minutes. However, you will start to see their fitness improve. They didn't have a pre-season, which we know. So it's as I've said all along, it's going to be so intriguing to see how this plays out. But for me, I think City are going to score early. I think City might get a goal in the opening 10 to 15 minutes. And if they do, unless they concede a mistake that gives you an opportunity, I think it's all right. I think you'll score when they're 3-0 up. That's how I see it happening.
Wow. So you're saying we're dead and buried within the first, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's going to be... That's typically how it goes when you play City. But there is no KDB.
That won't happen this time.
Why won't it happen? What's different?
Because Arteta's whole thing about playing football is the first 20, 30 minutes, you just gain your respect. You do, as a team, number one thing is you gain respect. Under Arteta, the first 20, 30 minutes, if you've noticed, we haven't been really playing football. We've been more just trying to make sure our opponent knows that we're here.
You're winning this game. You are so confident about winning this game, aren't you?
Bro, I mean it. This is the best time. If we don't do it today, when are we going to be a top 6 team away from home?
Bro, you sound like you're in the Goonies movie. This is our time. Down here.
No, Terry.
Our time.
If we do it today and then we beat Leicester, going into that United game, I'll feel sorry for you guys. As a United fan, let's be honest. That's how I'll get gassed. But right now, I'm not gonna get too crazy. What I'm gonna say is we're gonna win this game maybe by 1 goal margin, 2-1.
Higher with the super chat here says you're jinxing it, babe.
No, I'm not trying to go crazy.
Another comment here says Gal should finish with. Gal should have finished with, or we're down 3 by half time.
That's why I said if City show up, it's a problem. But I don't think they're going to show up today.
Well, we're 4 minutes away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like and share button.
Second.
It's cool, bro. Get your score predictions in for us as well. Elite KJ's on his way back. The players are now taking to the field. Make sure you guys clip that up of a gal and link in the show on social media. Man is confident. Man thinks they're going to win. The man thinks... It almost feels like he's almost acting like this is easy, bruv. Like this is going to be easy pickings.
Terry, come on.
Silver here. Silver here says Chelsea fans blamed everything on Sarri, but blamed individual players for Lampard. Absolutely right. Because it's about agendas for people. It's always about agendas for people. At Man United, I know Ollie isn't the best coach that we need. I know that some of our players are inconsistent. But what I know above and beyond both of those things, factually, is that Man United are not run well as a football club. No agenda, just facts on that. Lots of people here saying Arsenal. Connor here says Arsenal are going to win 3-1. Sonny says, Sonny Unfiltered says Arsenal are going to win 3-1. Rack here says Igal dropping bombs. Not sure if it's the truth bombs or complete and utter nonsense, but they're bombs. Terry, bro, you are the boss. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I mean, I am the boss of the Football Terrace, to be fair. And that's about it. But make sure you're hitting the like and share button, people. We want to go past 1,000 likes. Let's get this done. Let's get this shared as well on your social media platforms. Yes, bro, go for it.
Yeah, and first of all, everyone go share. If you haven't done that yet, I don't know what you're doing. Please, go do that. Now, second, tell me what you think about the front three. Isn't that dangerous? Willian, Pepe, and Aubameyang on a counter-attacking team that always get beat by counter-attacks.
Yes. It is. That's what I've said. You guys have got some dangerous players out there. You've got some good players out there. I wouldn't personally... I wouldn't look at what you guys are doing and sit back and be sleeping on it. Like, I wouldn't sleep on Arsenal Football Club. That's not... I don't think the way you guys should be treated or disrespected. If City are 80% at full pelt and capacity, that's it. They win, as far as I'm concerned, as good as yourselves are, because they will cut you open. But if they're not, and they die in the games like you've mentioned, then you have a huge chance of causing an upset. I just don't know if you are going to cause an upset. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I will tell you this, Terry. As I said, the reason why I'm so optimistic is because of the way we started and the way they started is almost complete different. It's opposite spectrums of the two sides. They've been terrible defensively and good attacking-wise. We've been decent attacking-wise, but we've been really good defensively, I would say. And when you mix those two, defense always wins. So I think we're going to win based on our defense.
Okay. Well, there we go. Listen, everyone, is David Luiz in the team now?
What?
So we'd obviously not had the stand-up. Somebody must have got injured in the team and is now out of the...
Oh, Holding's out.
There we go. That makes sense. See, we don't have the... Obviously, we can't have the sound on because we're doing the live streaming, so Holding's out. That makes... Okay. That's not good news, but there we go. But then you guys rate David Luiz, don't you?
I do, but at the same time, I don't. I know he's a kamikaze as a player. He can one day be very good, and the next day, absolutely be like a FIFA glitch and just mess up everything.
Absolutely right. Got a super chat here. It says Gal just sounded like George Groves when he told Froch how the fight was going to go. Slow down, bro. People are starting to call you the Canadian Thai. It's true. People are saying that. Thank you very much for Billy, who's upgraded his membership to a first team member. You can become a member as well of the Football Terrace by clicking on the join button right now or by going into the link in our description below. The players are taking their knee, of course, in support of Black Lives Matter and equality all across the world. And here we go. Tell me what
a little bit ahead of me.
I'm a little bit ahead of you.
They're just showing David Luiz right now wearing the kit, touching his hair.
Okay, yeah, I'm quite a bit ahead of you. Let me pause for you for a minute.
So now I see Aubameyang.
Yeah,
They're
so
talking about
I'm 16 seconds into the game, so let me pause it, bro. And when you get to like 11 seconds, let me know, and then I'll press play. Like I'll get ready to press play. We're gonna get the little counter on this counter up for everyone who's tuning as well. So have the counter coming down as well for
11 seconds. You said, right?
Yeah, please.
Yep. The master versus the student.
Let me know when. They kicked off yet?
They're literally kneeing right now. This
Okay,
is.
cool, yeah,
I'm a little bit behind you.
Then we're almost there.
Yeah. What's going on? It would be funny if they scored while we're doing this.
Yeah, well, that's 1-0 already. Like I told you guys, Mike here says could easily be the best front three in the championship, your team. That's a good bit of banter, Mike. Right, they kicked off yet?
Okay, game started. They're just showing the logos and everything. The clock hasn't even shown
It'll
yet.
come on in a second.
Okay, yeah, 14 seconds, 15 seconds.
There we go. We're on the same now. Let's go. Goal kick was just goalie just kicked the ball up the field, right? There we go.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
City on the attack straight away. Saka.
You know what? I respect Mahrez more than I think Mahrez is probably better than Sterling, but people rate Sterling more.
Sterling just scores more. Ooh. Sterling just scores more goals. That's why. Sterling has had better outputs. Terry, what happened to Hot Mike? We'll be back on Hot Mike again soon, but not right now. I think you guys have got to look out for Aguero today. I think Aguero in the last couple of years in the Premier League is a player that just gets slept on all the time. Like I think people forget how good Sergio Aguero is, how good a player he is, which is mad, really. It's kind of mad how people just forget how good he is.
He's super talented, but injury prone recently, and he just hasn't been able to stay fit. So that's why I personally would take Aubameyang. If you ask any City fan, they'll probably take Aubameyang over Aguero as of right now, based on the fact that Aguero has been injured a lot.
Yeah, I think as of right now, and I get why people would do that. I do get why people would do that now, as opposed to back in. Oh, Leno! Oh my God!
What are you doing?
Look at the pressure. The way Arsenal try and play it from the back sometimes, it does make me laugh.
Kolasinac is not playing, so it's not. Kolasinac is the reason why we lose the ball a lot, because Kolasinac can't handle touches. Where David Luiz, Tierney, and Gabriel playing in the back, I'm a little bit more confident about the passing around the back. But you know the problem with us, Terry, is we build up our attacks from inside our box. City build up their attacks from inside their half.
I just messed my camera up.
Yeah, so my whole point was City build up their attacks from the halfway line, where we build up our attacks from the defensive, like inside our box. So it's we could create a lot of problems for ourselves doing that. It's worrisome sometimes.
No, I do get that. I do get where you're coming from, and it that's the thing though. It's your model to play like that. So there's an element of where you've got to kind of fans have got to be like, oh, I don't necessarily like it, but I've got to respect it a little bit more than maybe I do. But yeah.
But you know the problem is, Terry, City's model is like that too, but you don't see them in their box building up as much as we do. It's because we're pinned back so many times against other teams. Look at them right now. They're building up the back with their center backs, but they're at the halfway line. Annoying. Super annoying. I'm happy to see Tierney though. So happy to see Kieran Tierney playing. I was scared he wasn't going to play because of COVID and the whole Scotland situation.
Yeah, the whole the COVID rules around the international stuff, I just find to be a bit weird and a bit confusing. So it's but there was all the rumours all week that United were going to lose Bruno Fernandes and whatever, and that turned out not to be true at all.
Yeah. You got to turn it down a little. You can't pick up any of the TV. Okay. Yo, you know my wife loves Arsenal as much as I do, so.
Really?
She's giving me the eyes right now. But yeah, what do you call it? I'll tell you this, man. Ceballos and Xhaka playing, I understand that, but I want to see Thomas Partey get into the game at some point. I want to see him get tested against a top team.
Yeah, I get that. I think what's going to be important for Partey is depends what's going on in the game. If you guys are like getting outplayed and you're 2 or 3-0 down, I'm not saying it will happen. Be the wrong game to bring him on in because it could just cause problems. But you know what? Where I would like to see, if you guys are 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go, I want to see Thomas Partey come in and I want to see how good Thomas Partey is in that environment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see happen from that point. But we're 5 minutes in here, nearly 5 minutes in, and they haven't they haven't laid a glove on you yet, which is good. But it's playing out from the. I get so nervous watching Arsenal play out from the back.
It's because you know what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to do that thing that everyone does: basically bypass the first line of the attack, and then get in. But it's hard to do that when you just keep passing it sideways from the back. But look at Tierney; he just drives. Nothing happened with it. You know what? We're going to see a lot from Tierney when we play with a back four. We're going to see a lot from him when we play in a back four.
How quickly do you think you're going to change your system?
It's going to take a while. I think we're still one midfielder away from having the actual pieces to play a balanced 4-3-3. Because Xhaka, Ceballos, and Partey doesn't really scream 4-3-3. We still need one more creative midfielder that can actually do the 8 type role, who can be more of an 8 and /10, like a Arwa, or even like somewhat like a Grealish type midfielder that can do a lot of the dirty work as much as attacking. That's what we're missing. We don't have that. Even Ozil himself, he's not that player no more. He can't do both sides of the game.
Yeah, Ozil's just done. That's nice.
City almost made a mistake there.
Attacking now.
What minute you guys on?
6.4. Oh, Mahrez. No. Oh, he's on his right foot. Nothing.
Yeah, sorry about that, boys. I'm trying to Skype ain't picking up my camera for recording, so man has to use the normal webcam for now, and then I'll sort that out in a moment.
At least you got the mic.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
There we go. Igal is very confident about winning this game, bro.
Yeah, I heard. I had some messages from some people saying Igal's on the next one.
Gastigal. That's what she call you. Gastigal.
I'm not just saying it and being like, "Yo, we're gonna win. We're gonna win." No, I'm not saying that. I'm bringing logic to my points, and nobody's. It's like almost like the moment you hear Arsenal and win, it's almost like logic goes out the window for some people.
It's not that.
I love you. Go on, Kate.
It's not that. I think it's more the fact that yes, you bring your logic for your team, but when you think about other teams, your logic goes out the window, bruv, and you just completely negate all the positives from a different team, and then I think that's what it is. Yes, you might have your logic for why Arsenal could win, but there's plenty of logic for why Man City will beat you, and sometimes it feels like you ignore that just because you love Arsenal. And that's fine, you know what I'm saying? That is fine.
But yeah, fam, like it's not a thing against Arsenal. It's nothing to do with Arsenal. It's just to do with the fact that like yes, you make some valid points, but there's also points in the other direction of why you could lose, and sometimes you ignore that.
But I feel like we're not expected to. I feel like people are saying we're not expected to win this game, but I'm saying to you, there's many reasons why you should expect us to give them a game and actually possibly win this. But teams almost write us off every game.
Yeah, but Igal, like, there's nothing wrong with your team not being expected to win. Like,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. I wouldn't look at it as an insult. It's just the way these things are. Like, you're not expected to win this game because, by the way, when everybody goes to Man City, everybody's the underdog. Nobody's expected to go there and win. Now, the better you are and the more consistent you've been over a 2, 3, 4, 5 year period, the higher the expectations of a result. Like Liverpool, it's like, oh yeah, you can really see it happening. Like you said, Arsenal haven't won away at a top 6 team in 5 years, so why would there be any expectation? And even if you win today, still there isn't a high expectation of you doing it when you go away. It needs to become a 2, 3, 4 year thing where you're regularly doing it. It's why there's a lot of United fans who hate Ollie that are like, yeah, well, he might get sacked in his next 5 games, but Ollie's record when he has these clusters of really hard games is excellent. Doesn't mean he's going to win these ones, but it tells you that historically it's been done before, and I think it comes down to that. This game's already taken.
I think the days of Arsenal getting battered 3-4-0 and getting a man sent off is not going to happen anymore. And you guys are gonna see we're not going to win like 5s and 6s and 8s. It's not going to happen ever again.
I believe that too.
Ever again.
It still means you're going to lose, bro.
No, that's not going to happen to us. Maybe it's not going to happen to us like as often as it used to under Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, bro. No one's saying that you're going to get thumped 4 or 5. We're saying you're still going to lose, fam. Like, if you lose 1-0, you still lost the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if City show up, we all know City show up, they're a much better team than us. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why I have this confidence, because they're vulnerable and everyone can see it. As a Manchester United fan, as a Liverpool fan, it doesn't matter if you're a rival or an Arsenal fan. You can see City's vulnerabilities. And we set up today in a way that suits us to counterattack them. And Arteta knows their weaknesses. And I think that's going to be in our favor.
Mate, and you're right, and there's no issue with that. That isn't the problem that people pull into you. Is you, like Katie said, that's everything you've said, sound logic. But there are also other pieces of sound logic that mean you could lose today. Like I've said, if you concede an early goal, which you haven't done yet in the first 10 minutes, then things could unravel, because even really good defensive teams, if they concede early or they get pulled apart a bit too much, can happen. You know, there's loads of a logic saying that if Arteta changes his shape when Partey comes in, all this maybe it's this formation that brings it all together. You suddenly go 4-3-3, it might all fall apart. That's a logical opinion to have. But you shut that down without any type of, I am a bit concerned about that. It's almost like, no, whatever Arteta does, it's going to work out. People just find that to be a little bit premature, considering where Arsenal have been as a football team for 15 years. That's lovely there from Bernardo. Bernardo to Aguero. Oh, that's really good defending there from Gabriel. Really good defending by Gabriel. Gabriel's so young to have that hairline, man. I feel for that man.
Yeah, what is he, 22?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm in my late mid-30s. I'm cool with my hairline. But another super chat here says, normally want City to lose, but due to the table, come on City. That's from Adam.
There you go.
Mate, listen, you should always want the result of a rivals match to go in the way that's going to suit your club best, generally speaking. Mahrez crosses. Oh, that's well cleared. Oh, that's not, though. Pepe. It's going to be another corner.
My Sky Go is having an absolute mare.
I'm not going to lie to you. We always have situations where our attackers are in the edge of the box and they make mistakes. Like, I remember Iwobi gave away a goal to City under Unai Emery's first season like that. His first game, actually, in the Premier League.
Do you think Pepe is going to come good again? Do you think Pepe is the kind of player that's going to push on to that next level?
You know what? I'm on two sides of this. I'm more worried for him losing confidence, and becoming one of those guys who just want to leave. Because if you remember, Heung-min Son wanted to leave Spurs before he became this great player that he is now. And I can see a similar situation with Pepe.
But what do you think is going to happen with Pepe? Do you think he's got the ability, the minerals, and the mentality to make it at Arsenal and be a game changer for you?
Yeah, I just think we need to be playing in the right system for him. So once we switch to 4-3-3, we'll see the best out of him.
No, Gal, no. That's the worst thing. No, that's the worst thing you could do for Pepe. That's the word. Like this is the system you've got now. Is how you're gonna get the best out of Pepe. Sitting back, hitting on the counter is the best you're gonna get out of Pepe, because if you watch his goals from League On when he was there, a lot of them were running at the defense with a lot of space, 1v1 with a defender. He beats him and then goes and finishes the shot. If you play 4-3-3 more expansive, he'll be up against, like we saw last season, 2 defenders on him instead of 1.
100%.
And there'll be, instead of being 1-on-1 and then you beat him and then you've got the goalkeeper left, it'll be you beat him and then you've got 2 defenders because you guys are sitting back. Going expansive with Pepe is not the right thing to do, because he thrives off space. He thrives off opportunities to run at the ball and run with the ball, and he thrives of having time. And you ain't gonna get that if you guys are sitting back, being expansive. That's why this right now is the best way to get the best out of him.
Let me caveat that. I agree with you 100% on one portion of it. Yes, the best way to get the best out of him is on counterattacks, but who said that's the issue? It's not the way we're playing. It's the fact that we're playing, the formation we're playing, he's isolated. When we have so many attacking players like Tierney, Aubameyang, Willian, Saka, all on the left-hand side of that attack. If you look at our formation, we are so heavily attacking from the left that he's almost isolated on that right-hand side by himself, and he doesn't get the service. If we play a 4-3-3, we will now be able to push Bellerin up higher and have more balance to the team, because he'll have the help from Bellerin helping him out. Where right now, Bellerin is being asked to play as a right-handed center back when we attack from the left.
So that's nothing to do with the formation. That's something to do with your tactics and your manager saying attack down the left-hand side more than the right.
Do you know what I would say to that as well, though, Gal? To bet your earlier point, not to that one, about when you change the system, you'll get the best out of Pepe. I do find this talk of changing your formation a strange one, because all the love, all the gas, all the excitement that has been created by Arteta at Arsenal over this last 4 or 5 months has been playing in this system, in this formation. Now, I understand you can change it against some teams. I just think this notion of we buy Partey and we suddenly change. Raheem Sterling having the shirts blocked.
They just need to bring him down.
Yeah, I just feel like if you change it, you could be the old adage of don't fix something that isn't broken. Right now, it's the best I've seen Arsenal, the most competitive, the most compact I have seen Arsenal in years. Why would you suddenly change that formation? That is what doesn't make logical sense to me. Phil Foden, that's amazing dribbling.
I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying you get the best out of Pepe when you have either Aubameyang up front and Pepe on the right. Like today, the way we're set up is kind of confusing. Willian's up front as a 10, and you have Aubameyang and Pepe in front of them. That's kind of how we're set up. So this might actually benefit him.
You do know that's playing 2 up top with a number 10. That's not confusing.
Yeah. No, that. But then Willian floats everywhere, so the formation is kind of fluid up from the front 3. But what I'm saying is Pepe, I think you'll get better out of him when you have him as an inside forward and not necessarily as an out-and-out winger on the touchline. And with Bellerin playing, shooting up the pitch, it might bring more out of him. But with this 3-4-3, we haven't seen Bellerin really progress further with the ball. We've always seen the attack building from the left. So maybe, yes, we need to question Arteta. Why is he always he's almost like a one-trick pony at some points. That's true.
But because this system is made to get the best out of Aubameyang. Now, the issue with Pepe is he is, again, another player on the right-hand side who needs a system to cater to the way he plays. Now, if that is the case, you're going to have to make a choice. It's Aubameyang or Pepe. So if one plays, one gets benched, and vice versa. Because clearly, right now, Arteta is not looking at utilising both Pepe and Aubameyang as the main outlet of goals. It's just Aubameyang is focusing on. So if that's the case, you really do need to drop Pepe, and you really need to start playing someone like Gabriel Martinelli, who we know will work hard and do what is needed to be done.
That's right. I think what I see when I see this, the way your system is, I think why David Luiz has improved. I think why Mustafi improved towards the end of last season is because you become more compact. And there's less space, which means there's less opportunity for teams to exploit you and to pull on the vulnerabilities of a David Luiz or a Mustafi as an example. And I think until you've got the players to do it, I think and I'm not talking going 4-3-3 against Brighton or in the cup against Bournemouth, or against who are bottom right now, Fulham, that's cool. Like I expect you to do that. I'm talking about teams from 8th and 9th and above. I just think it would be ridiculous to do that. You'll then suddenly see all the same frailties in David Luiz as you saw before, because the centre-backs are more spread out because you've only got four rather than 5 at the back when you're defending. The midfield will be less compact in relation to that, and it's harder to do things. So and if you play more expansively, there'll be more people going forward on a more regular basis, meaning there's more gaps in the holes in behind. For me, it would be risk versus reward. It could be suicidal of Mikel Arteta to change his system to try and get the best out of Pepe when Arsenal have become one of the best teams in terms of win percentage in the league since he's gone to this 3-4-3. I just think it's crazy. Unless this starts to get undone by people, which so far it hasn't been, I think he's a madman to think about changing it. I really, really do.
We're still an unbalanced team, Terry. That's the problem. The squad was extremely unbalanced before Arteta came here, before Emery came here. And we've been trying to fix this unbalanced squad where we've had now 10 centre-backs, I think we've had in the past 3 seasons at the club. And finally, we found some decent centre-backs that we brought in. And we still don't have enough balance on the right-hand side for our attack.
But how do you, for me, when you've got less balance, how you keep that together is by getting it compact, keep everybody together. You start spreading that out, the imbalance is more noticeable. Now, I don't know physics well enough or geometry well enough to explain that in a technical sense, but I almost feel like you keep everybody close together, everybody compact, we work together as one little organism. You start spreading people out, it's like, that only works, like Liverpool, when you've got the very good to top-class players in nearly every single position. A couple that you'd say, okay, are good, but you can cover them. When you suddenly look at Arsenal, if I look at your team today and you stuck Bellerin as just the right back as an example, if you had a midfield 2 of Xhaka and Ceballos as an example, you would just leak, bruv. It would be like a broken fridge. You'd be leaking all over the kitchen floor. Like, it would be done. But the way you run out, you make it hard for people. And I mean it with respect. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Oh, that pass there from Tierney was awful. But there we go, man. But in terms of, you really rate Tierney as well, don't you?
How about keep the same formation, but just change it throughout the game fluently? When we're attacking, change to a 3-4-3.
But it does. But that already happens in football. So unless you play exceedingly rigidly, which most teams, as far as I'm aware, don't at the highest level. A 4-3-3, a 5-4-1, or a 4-2-3-1, they're all variations of the same model. The formation you start in, it tends to be more what you do when you're in a defensive role or a neutral role as opposed to when you're attacking. Because when you counter-attack, suddenly you might have 6 people up front. You would never, like, whenever you attack, sometimes you might have your 2 strikers, your 2 wingers, and a midfielder. So you wouldn't write down the bit of paper as a 5-man attack, would you? It's that fluidity already exists. There is a starting position, yes, but it needs to be like that. Like your system today, when you guys defend, your fullbacks drop back. So you have 5 at the back, and often your wide attacking players go into central areas. So you always become like a 5-4-1 essentially is what you do to remain compact, and then you leave very little space in between your lines. So it's hard for teams to break you down, but you've got the speed in the counter-attack, which is why you brought in Willian, because Willian played his best football at Chelsea under pragmatic managers. So you went for a player that you knew could play in a pragmatic way. That's why, you've gone on signed to think about it. This is why I believe that Arteta isn't going to be this free-flowing master anytime soon against the big boys. You then went and signed Thomas Partey. Who comes from what team that play what system in the big games?
Atletico, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You went to buy a player from Lyon, who again, Lyon, when they're up against teams of similar size and below them, open up. When they play against big teams in the Champions League, what do? Compact, counter. There's logic in that.
No, but who are we, Terry? We are not a juggernaut right now. We are a juggernaut as a fan base. We have a lot of fans, but we are not a juggernaut when it comes to performances on the pitch. And you have to have a groundwork and everything. And I agree with you. But the thing I'm saying is the reason why the formation might change in the long run.
Right out there. David Luiz has left a big hole. He needs to get back. Whoa, he came out there. That was silly. City coming forward here. Sorry. They've got their shape back again here. Oh, Aguero, he split the lines here. Can they find Raheem Sterling? Shot. Sterling. 1-0. It's 1-0 City. Raheem Sterling.
There it is.
Oh,
There
he takes
it
the
is.
lead. There it is. Arsenal opened
You
up
hate to see it.
like a tin of beans. Ooh.
You know, I didn't want to say it before the stream, but this guy scores against us every single game or assist. This is now 10 goal contributions
Tierney's
in the last 6 games.
Let me just break that. Tierney followed Mahrez, left a big space. Oh, Gabriel's been sucked in. What's he do? Guess where? Gabriel's not awake. Oh, Gabriel, poor defending from you, really. Raheem Sterling's just left by himself in the middle of the box. One of the most deadly, potent tap-in merchants in the Premier League.
And you see where this has come from. It's come from Arsenal expanding outwards and getting more up the field. This is what I mean.
Good save by
You
Leno.
guys are
But, yeah.
You guys are like, there's nothing wrong with it.
And where
you
was
guys
your,
are on a counter-attack.
And where was, yeah. I mean, where was your midfield there? I mean, Raheem Sterling, like, I feel a bit sorry for Gabriel because if he goes for Raheem Sterling, he leaves his area open. But the midfield didn't get back. Poor.
Look back at Bellerin. He's supposed to stop the man from getting the ball.
And also, you can question Leaue. That's the second goal in how many weeks that is conceded from him parrying the ball into the path of a opposition attacker.
Someone here says, Terry, is there any way your timer could count up instead of counting down? I don't know. I did have a look at it the other day, and it can't. It goes down. Oh, it can count up, actually, yes. So where are we at now? We're at 24 minutes.
It is peak, bruv. So this is, I don't think this is what Arsenal need or want.
Raheem Sterling scores against us every single game. Every single game. We never he's here to terrorize us. I'm telling you.
You know what's funny? He scores against you, man, all the time. But when it comes against United, man's shooting boots turn into like the opposite feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is bad when he plays against us, man. I remember, I forgot what game it was, and he needed to equalize or score, equalize or to take the lead, either one, and man fluffed his lines every time.
Oh,
bro.
come on, Saka, let's go. This guy.
I knew you missed. There we go. I can have a bit of a timer, but it doesn't quite work in the same way. Let me just edit this a little bit, and we'll have the counter timing up.
Yeah, Saka is a very good player. Cancelo, that's poor. Yo, man, like, you know what? Yeah, Saka is a very good player. Very good player. I don't care what anyone says. Is he on level with Greenwood and Foden? I do not know. But he's definitely.
I like him. He's a good player. He's definitely a good player. There's no doubt about
Let's
that.
go.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Like I said,
Wait, who was that? Was that Pepe trying to head the ball?
it wasn't a bad header, you know. But this is
Yo, we seen Theo Walcott score a header earlier, so.
No, that wasn't Walcott. It was Vestergaard with the glancing header, fam.
Was it?
Yeah, Walcott was the one who shot the ball.
Oh, my bad.
Actually, no, that wasn't. Oh, he did everything right except direct the ball into the right direction, bro.
Into the right area, yeah.
Yeah. But
Listen.
But he ain't a prolific header of the ball. To be fair, you know what? Yeah, I was talking to Danny about this earlier. Heading in football is dying, bruv. Like, absolutely dying. Like, we see Calvert-Lewin now doing headed goals.
The football.
That's because half the defenders can't even head the ball properly.
Oh, Mahrez! Oh, good save. Oh, second one blocked. Good defending there in the end. City just opening you up now, man. Opening you up. Running you.
Yo, take. Oh man, this is what we did.
Bruv, this is like a lineup right now, bruv. Running through you.
This is what we did. We sacrificed Ainsley Maitland-Niles, brought in Saka for more creativity, but right now Ainsley Maitland-Niles would help out in that defensive role.
Bad tactical managerial decision. Would you say?
We don't know yet because the game's not over. But as of right now, it looks like Saka is being exposed defensively.
He is. He's always going to, though. He's not a left back or left wing back. He's a left winger, or if not, a
counter attack here. Pepe. Okay. Poor.
Nothing comes from him.
No Pepe, just salt. Do you know what?
I really.
Go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I really think Arsenal will sell Pepe in the next 2 seasons. I really do.
You know what? I would second that. If he does not perform, we have to get our money back, or we're screwed.
You ain't getting that money back, bruv.
You're not the
No,
when
you don't have to get 72 million back. Just get back what's left.
No, Egal.
Sell
For
him
when
for
your
like 40.
for when your own club does an internal investigation on why you paid that amount of money for a player, you already know here you ain't getting that money back. I'm sorry, bro.
And even then, what's he on? 200 grand a week salary, something like that. He's on big money. You've also got to pay. That's why he's going to be hard to get rid of, though, because you guys are going to want a fair amount. You're going to try and get 50 mil for him. That's what you're going to try.
I'm not writing him off. I'm not writing him off just yet, but I'm worried. I'll tell you that.
I'd be seriously worried about it. Do you know what it comes down to with all football players? And I know United fans hate me saying this about our academy guys, but when I see someone play and I see very little moments where I go, ooh, that's nice, it worries me. Like I had it with Chong at United. I watched him play 4 or 5 games and not once did I go, oh, that looked good, or there's something there. I just see Pepe and my view is there just isn't enough. There's every now and then there's a good bit of skill, but I'm like, this ain't an 18, 19-year-old. This is a 25, 26-year-old.
Yeah, 25, 26. My man. I'm saying this now, bruv. I'd rather have ASM over Pepe, fam.
Bruv, I'd rather have Dan James than Pepe. At least you can get rid of him.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, Foden has scored every single game that we played him in the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, because Foden's a bad man. You know what I'm saying?
Foden's a baller, bruv. He's a baller. And that's what I'm saying about players. You like someone like a Chong could end up being a good squad player at Man United, but look how Foden looked when he came into the team. Look how Greenwood looked. Martinelli, Saka, Foden. These players, Trent.
There's levels. There's levels.
They're the elite levels there. They're the genuine potential generational type talents that in 10 years' time, we're going to be like, oh my God, I've loved watching their career. This kind of, you get these players that come through that are, every time I watch Willock and Nelson play for Arsenal, I'm like, they're good players. They are never the leading lights. I don't care what. It's
the same with Nketiah for me. I really don't know why he's still at Arsenal. I think he needs to go out on loan, get game time, and then move because I just don't think he's at the level, and I don't think he will be. You know,
Arteta spoke about him. Arteta, for some reason, speaks about him higher than Martinelli almost, because he said he's ready to start games for Arsenal. He's ready to be at the caliber of a starter in the Premier League. And
that's not hard.
That's the kind of stuff that he's saying.
Yeah,
that's not hard though when your main striker is Lacazette.
But
you know what I'm saying?
That's Sal's technique, bruv. Sal's power. This is where Man United fans have gone wrong recently. We keep slagging our own players off so much, nobody wants to buy them. Like, let the manager. When a manager says like, "Oh, I have no problems playing Phil Jones. He's a really good guy." He's doing that because he's trying to put man in the shop window a little bit. Everyone's like, how do you rate Phil Jones? You know nothing about football." It's like, bro, we're trying to sell him. It's
also the thing. Like, if you call them crap, and they don't get sold, you're stuck with a guy that knows that you think is crap. And then what then? You know what I'm saying? So when he does play, is he actually going to play to his full abilities because he believes because he knows you don't believe in him? So it's a tack that.
I just say this right now.
He could be a late bloomer though, because in his age group, he's one of the best strikers.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Phil Jones for a second.
Is it late bloomer? Jeez. But just a question. Do you know what Arsenal need right now? Isn't it a shame they didn't buy a real top level, world class DM to hold this midfield together?
He's not a DM. He's a box-to-box midfielder. What we really need.
Okay. I don't get caught in this wank semantic nonsense. He holds a midfield in a central role. And in games like this, he will do a bit of box-to-box work.
Look
he's going to
how
hold
many
and
man
he's going
you've
to win
got
the
in your
ball
own
back.
box.
He's going to dictate play. I called Carrick a DM, and he isn't the traditional DM. But let's just change the box-to-box. Isn't it? Let me rephrase this so I don't get triggered. Would it be amazing if Arsenal would have bought one of the world's best central midfielders in the summer, and they could bring him into this game to shore up this midfield that's getting run through like a hot knife through butter? I remember this with Kante. I'm always going to call Kante a DM. Box to box, 6, 8, 9, whatever. 9. Just throwing it out there. I'm like, bruv, that guy's best thing he ever did was breaking up play. And that's what I love about Partey. Breaks up play, moves the ball well, can drive forward with it at times as well. Good dribbler. But you need someone like that right now. Michael Carrick did all those things without the dribbling part. He'd get it and then just feed the ball in the right place.
Yeah, his passing ability is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The consistent
Go on, Aguero. Oh,
City
handball.
scored
Handball!
if City score another goal, we're not gonna see Partey tonight. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's too fragile.
Nah,
Too
if I was
fragile.
him, I would just whack him on anyway.
No, if
It
City
is-
score another goal, we're not seeing
Yeah, it's
Partey.
too
I'll tell
fragile,
you
innit?
that. I know. From what I've seen
Wow.
from Arteta, he's not gonna chase a game by bringing in people he hasn't played with before. He had situations to do that before. He only brings on people that he just signed if he's seen them perform. Willian was surprising that he started him from the first game. I thought that only happened because he's seen him in preseason more than Pepe.
No, but that's because it's lovely. Oh, Raheem. Oh, back to Aguero. The way they recycle the ball to see City have started well. The one good thing, as long as Saka. Whoa.
They
The
play some beautiful
The
football.
one good
As
thing
much as
I'd
I
say
hate them
here,
right
though,
now.
in defence of Arsenal, is City have started a lot of their games like this and whatnot. See, the difference today is, and you might turn it around still, Arsenal, you haven't counter-attacked with the same va-va-voom, panache and precision that we saw Leeds in the second half do and what we saw Leicester do. That's what you need to... Like, so far, your counter-attack has been shambolic.
Non-existent.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though. We haven't switched out of first gear. We're still playing like it's the first 10
Oh,
minutes.
he's giving the ball away. Aguero's in. Foden should be 2-0. Oh, good save, Leno. That passed it out from the
on,
back's
man.
going to
He
kill you
saved us.
today.
He saved us.
Come on, man.
He
Put
saved
them
us.
out of
He
their
saved
misery,
us.
fam. This is what happened with
saved us.
Liverpool, bruv.
Get out of here, KJ. Come on.
What?
Chazzy.
Bruv, you man are getting peppered.
Yeah, but we're still in it. We're still in it.
And
And
this
this
is
is what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
need to
Pepe.
put out your misery, fam.
We're still in it. We're gonna
Throw,
still be in
throw
it.
the towel in now, Miguel. Throw the towel. Give up. Give up. Tap out.
Oi, I
Nah,
didn't
man.
get to say this
You
before
guys
the
have too
game,
much haters.
but when I saw that he played Rodri, Foden, and
It was Saka.
Bernardo in the
Saka
midfield,
and,
I knew these men were in for a long day, fam. Pep said, "Screw this, bro. We're just gonna keep the ball and pull it on them, man."
Do you know what I hate about this new offside rule? It's so hard. Oh, that's lovely. Aguero! Oh, he didn't get the shot away. It's great defending in the end there by Xhaka. That's really well done. I thought Aguero was going to pull the trigger. Boom. Do you know what I've noticed in City? I've only just started looking at this. They love a professional foul, don't they?
Yeah, no. Yeah, how have you not noticed this? They've been doing this for years, bro.
And why don't they...
Ever since
the
Pep came,
dirtiest.
If they got players
Tactical
booked,
fouls.
if they got players booked when they should get booked for these tactical fouls, it'd stop them. I've seen 4 in this first half, you know, and only 1 booked.
yeah. But
They have
the
the-
thing is,
They have one of the
on, Miguel.
dirtiest players in the league in Fernandinho. The way he plays.
no,
Let's be
okay, no,
honest.
he's not dirty. You see, this is the
The
difference.
master of the dark
No.
arts, maybe. I should
He's not-
rephrase it.
He's not dirty. He just does what he's told to do by Pep,
Who's that?
which is before you even get a chance to counter, just clip the heels, fam. You ain't gonna get booked for it. He's not getting his studs out and trying to take people's legs out. He does little clips here and there, little pulls on the shirt.
You know, Gary
You ain't
Neville,
getting booked.
at corners and free kicks into the box, was the master at pulling shirts and putting people off balance without ever giving penalties away. He'd do it in a way that no one could see him. VAR would change that these days, but sometimes he'd be almost pulling a man's shorts and shirt off, but he'd be doing it at an angle where a referee could never see it. I love that, because what annoys me about people that generally pull shirts is they do it so blatantly they get caught. If you're going to do those things, you got to, like, I used to be like a pincher. I used to pinch the backs of people's arses and the backs of their thighs at corners to make them try and lash out and hit me so they'd get sent off. Works perfect, bruv.
Man's moving like Lamella, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Pinch the back of a man's, like, between his thigh and his bum on his back, and like talking to
What?
his ear. And he throws out an elbow, you go down holding your face, get sent off, happy days.
Or he allows, he goes like, yo, that's haram, fam. That's haram. It ain't about that.
It's not
life,
haram.
fam.
Haram.
Nah, you know what I used to do? Playing basketball, I used to kiss at people for before free throws. So they would freak out. They'd be like, "What is this guy doing?"
Yeah, but do you know what it is? Do you know why I used to do these things? Because so many people are like not comfortable in their own sexuality and a little bit homophobic that it would throw their minds out. And I'd be like, I get to one guy, what, bro, are you gay or something? I'm like, no, why am I gay? You're touching my legs, bro. I'm like, yeah, to make you off your game like this. Your insecurities and inadequacies as a man are why I did it, bruv.
Yo, if they had turned around
Weak.
and like gave you a little wink.
Oh, what a pass!
Nothing happened. I'm ahead.
Wait, yeah. So if you did that, Terry, and they just turn around and give you a little wink, or maybe they move a bit closer to you, what you saying then, fam?
I just laugh, bruv. Like so I used to go with one of my best pals is gay, and I've been to like gay bars and stuff. Had a fair bit of male attention. It's just cool. I just say, look, like I let them know I'm straight, it doesn't actually stop some of the dudes. They're still on you. Like, so I don't care. Let's have a drink. And I'm like, we'll have a drink, but nothing's happening, bro. But I'm cool with it. I'm relaxed because it is what it is. Oh, I thought you were going to score from the corner then. Joe, one thing I didn't notice about Gabriel. Gabriel's a big man, isn't he? Like, he is a unit of a bloke.
Is he?
Yeah, he's what, 6'3"?
Yeah, but he's also, for someone so big and quite muscular, he's got good agility, like, serious.
Oh my God, you serious?
I wonder what he got.
A comment here from Sunny Unfiltered says, Arteta Pulis. It ain't effing working. You are playing a bit like Stoke today, to be fair.
Who was that? That would have been a 6-through ball.
Yeah, it was Saka to Pepe, I think.
No, I'm not talking about that. Why is everything you assume is about Arsenal when I say it's good?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a
You
positive
seen that
guy.
stat? Touches in the opponent's box, 17 for City, only 3 for Arsenal.
Doesn't mean nothing if we score 2 goals.
I love you so much, bro.
It's true. But if you don't score 2 goals, then the criticism is you didn't work it into the box enough. Oh, chance here though.
You know, you'll never see that. You'll never see that when it's a small team against a big team.
Big mistake. Saka's got the ball. Tierney picks it up.
Tierney.
Lovely.
Saka.
A lovely 1-2. Saka's in. He should score. Oh, what a save. Saka should have scored. What a miss. What a miss. What a miss. He flopped. He missed. Saka. You're Saka'd. That was awful.
Edison is not.
Oh my God.
Edison
He had the whole.
nets.
Just go near post. Just go near post.
Oh, he missed. What a save from the charlatan keeper.
That
that wasn't for goalkeeping. That was just fraudulence, fam.
He had to go across his body. He built. He didn't even look at the keeper.
Hang on. Gal, this fair. If that was the other way around, you began, Leno, what a save. I told you guys, man. What a save, man. Oh my God, man. So
what about
yeah.
Saka? Saka didn't look at the goalkeeper before the shot.
You would be pinching the back of Leno's thighs and bum if he made that save, bruv. So don't give me none of that nonsense. You'd be like, oh, Leno. Oh, Leno.
Big up to the keeper.
No,
I'm gonna look at my team. I don't care about. I'm gonna go straight. I don't care what the other team's doing. I'm looking at it from my team's perspective. And what Saka has done is
Listen.
Everybody looks at it from their team's perspective. If Newcastle do something good, you're not going to look at it.
Aubameyang! Oh, another great save, Aubameyang. Oh, he's offside. But Aubameyang fluffed it in a big game again, bro.
He's way outside.
Well, listen, I think you see what happens when the Football Terrace slander players, yeah? They start to play well. You see Edison, yeah? This fraud, bro. Like, man's playing, pulling out a blinder because he knows I'm on him.
Man.
Oh, he was on.
He was onside. Yeah, he looked onside there. To see the replay. What a miss, you bottler. My brother always had a big issue with Andy Murray. My brother always said Andy Murray was like
one of the stats.
What stats?
Harry, I was looking at the stats for City's first 3 games and Arsenal's first 4 games. We've created more chances in our 4 games than City have in their 3 games per 90 minutes.
Who have you played though versus who they've played?
It doesn't matter who they played.
It does matter. Of course it matters.
We faced Liverpool. We faced West Ham. We faced
Fulham.
Who else? Fulham.
City.
Sheffield United.
City. Yeah, but Sheffield United and Fulham are bottom 2 teams in the league. Facts, right? City have gone against Wolves. They've gone against Leicester. Who else they played? They're 1 game behind as well, right? So they've played 1 less game. Leeds. Who are better teams. Like, give it 10, 15 games before you look at those kind of statistics because, Aguero just touched the lino. She's like, get off me, bro.
No, she tapped him on the chest.
No, I know. But that was an Aubameyang miss. But listen.
Here's our thing. If we're not clinical, we got 2 chances right now. We missed both of them. When's the next one going to come? I don't know. But if we're not clinical, we're never going to win this game. Terry, let's be honest. We were given 2 opportunities to score and take the lead, and possibly we would have the lead if we scored both those goals.
But they had opportunities to score. They've had 3 or 4 opportunities to score that they haven't taken as well. 2 or 3 good saves from Leno. See?
Hey. If the XG right now, what would it be?
I don't do XG. XG nonsense.
One, we're not David, and two, if it was XG, Man City will still be beating you guys anyway. So
You say that, but
Do you know what I don't like about XG? XG reminds me of exit polls when it's election day. And we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years that exit polls and what you expect to happen isn't reality. So, because football is reality. I watched that film the other day, a wicked film. You seen Ready Player One?
no, I need to watch that.
Bad man film. It's Spielberg, so it's going to be good. But it's like there's some deep social media era. It's deep in terms of social media era, and there's just a line in it that doesn't ruin the film where the guy just says the one thing about reality is just that it's real, and you're like, that's the point. Like XG and expected goals and assists, it's not real. What you actually goal, assist, and score, it's real life.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get fluky assists. Like there's an assist Angel Di Maria got for United once where he shanked a shot and Falcao taps it in. He then did it a week later and Mata tapped it in. So it counts as an assist, but it's a shank shot. Like,
If you look at today, Vestergaard's goal, like Theo Walcott was trying to shoot, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So that will now, that's why reality needs to be looked at versus everything else. Super chat here actually from Brian says, can someone tell me what those two coaches are doing right now? And don't tell me that is not helping their players a lot. What does Ollie do?
What two coaches?
I think it means Arteta and Pepper on the sidelines. Listen, if you want a coach rather than a manager coach, a coach first, manager second type, that's cool. I understand that. But Fergie sat on the bench and didn't spark instructions for years. For 10 years. He won 3 Premier League titles on the bounce sitting on the bench, bruv. So I didn't get it.
Also, my friend, I'll give you some advice. Don't worry about all that. Join the vibes and just be happy, bruv. You're worrying about such small things, fam. Like, I used to get annoyed at it too, but now I'm like, yo, fam, it is what it is. That's how he manages. We just accept it, fam.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then what'll happen is if we have a manager that's on the sideline shouting and hollering it ain't working, well, we see he should be in the stand looking from a bird's eye view, being more methodical and thinking about things. If they're failing, we'll look for all the little nuances as to why they're failing. David Moyes used to stand on the sideline. LVG used to stand on the sideline. Jose used to stand on the sideline. That didn't work either, did it, bruv? Like, that is literally nothing to do with it. It's just nonsense. Sorry to say it. Thank you for the super chat, Brian.
Would I like to see Ollie on the sideline more? Yes, but I've accepted the fact that it's just not him. He ain't that kind of guy. Because when he is on there, man is shouting. He does do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he never does it at all. He does do it. So he just doesn't do it as much as we want to, fam. And to be fair, do you really want your coach always shouting orders at your players? Because to me, that means something's going wrong.
Well, what I hear is people that don't.
Oh my God.
People that don't like Ollie will say, yes, I want that. But again, if they had a manager they didn't like who was barking orders at players, they would say, I bet it puts them off. I don't trust them because I don't see enough balance from people in their general criticism of football to trust. Calling the ball here.
You guys see that was good pattern.
Campbell! Goal kick given. Make sure everyone smash that like button, please. We're nearly on 1,000 likes. We really need your help with this. Please, please, please. Smash the like button. Hit the share button as well. 2 of the best ways of supporting the Football Terrace. It truly is. Make sure you're a subscriber of the channel as well. Make sure you have subscribed. And we're going to be live when this game finishes for a post-match reaction show. And then live again tonight for a post-match reaction show for Man United Newcastle, which I'm just not even want to think about right now. I'm so nervous.
Oh. Screw them pagans, fam.
Someone here says AFTV are getting mad when Aguero touches the lineswoman. What do you mean they got mad? What, saying he shouldn't touch? It's half time now. I suppose I would look at it this way. It's about, I don't know. I'm not even getting involved.
Listen.
Probably finally knows her. Probably know each other's names, and it's probably that shit. Do you get what I mean? Like it's cool. Anyway,
or it might be just being friendly and nice. You know what I mean?
It's about fairness,
yeah,
I suppose. It's about
we
fairness.
created some chances.
You know what I find funny about Arsenal fans sometimes? They find every excuse to try and get someone sent off. Like, I'm pretty sure they're probably kicking off saying, oh, they've touched an official. That means a red card. I can see it already, fam.
Yeah. Rattled.
Oh, man.
Rattled.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. There's some, you always try to find something to say. And if you're with your people, say if you're with like a bunch of United fans and everyone's saying, "Oh, it's a red card for United," you're telling me you're not gonna get sucked into that premise?
Me and KJ have spoken about this when it comes to like other contributors. We can tell when they've been around other Man United fans, but because their opinions on things change. And it's like, oh, you weren't saying that the other day. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Nah, you were on someone else's show that said it, weren't you? And you now put it in your head, bruv. I ain't dumb. But yeah, no, it's one of the... You cheated on us. You cheated on us with another show. I can hear it in your voice. I want to know how these... So I ring Neat, see how she's feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat and I'll come back on.
All right,
Yo,
see you in a minute.
Where's Zane, bruv?
See you in a bit,
Zane,
okay?
where you at, you little punk? Where you at, you little punk? Let's call Anita and see what she's saying. She might not answer, but I'll ring her. I'll put it on loudspeaker. Hey, you're live on the air. I just wanted to see how you were feeling after the the draw today.
Can't hear anything, bro.
No, I hear that. So so you're in bed with the wig off, stressed.
Yes. I'm thinking like, do you know what? For Lampard, you could have made changes earlier. One, putting Mason Mount at left wing and then Pulisic at right. What was you thinking? Like, why does he favourite Mount so much? Callum Hudson-Odoi could have literally played at left wing and it would have been better. I would have accepted that. Hudson-Odoi left. Pulisic right, that would have been fine, but no, like I'm just so over it. I feel like we had a good game, don't get me wrong, but just losing it at the last minute as well, it's just devastating, ain't it?
Nah, listen, I hear that. I just thought I'd give you a quick buzz to see how you were, because obviously we didn't do a reaction show, but it's defensively and structurally from Lampard. There's got to be questions getting asked of him now, no doubt.
Yo, I've just actually seen what Aguero did to the Lions person. I didn't realize it was such a neck, like he grabbed her neck, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Defensively, it's not his fault, it's just going forward, where we could have done a lot better.
No, I hear that completely, neat. So I just thought I'd give you a quick buzz, though. But I'll speak to you a little bit later, yeah? See you here. Bye. No, yeah, she sounds... You know when you're hearing someone's voice, how frustrated they sound, dejected. But it's especially... You know when you go 2-0 up, when you're playing Southampton, your brain is saying to you, we're cool now. We're cool. We're going to win the game.
Yeah.
It's going to be all good. Rare. Like, Chelsea are just in trouble. In terms of this nation and like this notion that, I mean, Monster started it. The pray for the rivals thing, just Monster, bro. It's just a dumb thing. It's a dumb thing to think.
All of them are paying for Monster's crimes, you know. Yeah, quickly on this Aguero lineswoman thing. Do players normally they normally touch the linos when they're in the vicinity, right? Or is that just situation?
I've seen. This is what I'm saying. I think I've seen footballers put an arm around a shoulder, a hand on the back, touch them. Does that make sense? I think I've seen that. I get some people are saying maybe you shouldn't, because this is the, well, I don't know. It's a minefield. Should he not do it because she's a woman, or should he treat her exactly the same as he treats a man? I don't know the answer, because someone will tell you you're wrong and shut you down. I'm just putting it out there. Like, I don't think we touch her in an inappropriate place. It's her shoulder. Or
yeah, it is her shoulder. But maybe it's because they feel like people feel like you don't touch refs normally anyway. So why is it because it's a woman now you feel the need to touch her? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like putting up like things, just like asking what they think of it. I don't know. It's an interesting one. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it, but then maybe I'm not understanding what people's issue. Like, the thing is, a lot of people are putting like thinking emoji faces, and I'm like, why don't you just tell us what you're thinking? Because maybe then when you tell me, I'd understand it. Like, if the thing is you shouldn't touch an official, is it wrong? You don't know. Do they know each other? Have they got on? Like, do you get? I'm not saying in any inappropriate way. I'm just sort of saying I don't know, so I'm not going to judge it. I don't necessarily.
The only times I think I've seen officials touching players is when maybe they've accidentally ran into them, or they've done something like slide off the field and they help each other up, and maybe it would high five or something. I don't know. But if people are upset because you are touching an official when it's not normal, I get it in terms of like, she happens to be a woman now. Why are you touching her? You're not supposed to touch anyone.
Have you
who's
heard
an
what
official in the
Liverpool
Premier
have
League.
done? Liverpool have requested a review into the application of VAR during the Merseyside derby league over the failure to scrutinise Jordan Pickford's challenge on Van Dijk and clarity over aspects of the offside. Do you know what's mad with Liverpool? Whenever they benefited from it last year, there was no investigation. They were just like, that's the way it goes. It's mad. It's mad. Babs here has tweeted saying 1-0 down, but still many positives. Arsenal are still in this game. Great game so far. Maybe time for a party.
I don't see how it's been a great game for Arsenal. It's been an okay game for Arsenal. They've had the openings towards the end of that half, but you should really be annoyed, I think, with the chances that they've missed. But if that's giving them hope, fair play to them. And would Partey change the game? I don't think it's a Partey issue personally, because all their chances are coming from down the wings. You don't really see them going through on goal through the middle. So I don't think it's the middle of the park is the issue. I think they need to bring on some more reinforcements on the wide areas, get Saka more forward so that he can have more chances to do more things. And I would personally bring on another centre-back to push Tierney out wide in that area so he can put in more crosses instead of being a third centre-back. And also take off Pepe because he's not playing well.
Oh, a lot of people are also saying, God, we haven't got the commentary on, so a lot of people are saying it should have been a penalty towards the end because the foot of Kyle Walker was high, right near Gabriel's head, saying it's a high foot.
The high foot, yeah.
I suppose I can get that. How many are actually ever given as penalties, though? Like I'm not saying it's not one, but consistency-wise, you don't see very many given. But there we go. Yeah, a lot of people on social media kicking off about this touching of the shoulder. Some people saying it's creepy, it's disgusting. Some people even going as far as that it's assault.
Assault. I know. He kind of like. You can say he pulled a bit hard. But...
You're hearing there's some rumours that Virgil van Dijk might be out for 7 or 8 months.
Ah!
Oh wow.
Assault, man.
You can see it's a cruciate, you know. I mean, there's only rumours of that. There's nothing confirmed. Information. Oh, hang on. What's this being said here?
In that incident with Jordan Pickford, and he'll be out for the best part of 7-8 months if that is the case. Liverpool, the information that we are receiving is that he's done his anterior cruciate ligament. And if that is the case,
okay, so they just said now that there's information that Van Dijk is his cruciate ligament and he could be out for 7 to 8 months.
Ooh, you know when we questioned Liverpool fans about what if Van Dijk gets injured, and they used to brush it off like Van Dijk would never get injured ever because there's no history of it. If this is actually out if he's actually out for 7 to 8 months, boy, they're in for a long season. They're in for a long season.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also looking at these replies here. I feel like Liverpool, if they lose Van Dijk, they've got problems because I want to make sure I say this in the right way, actually, because I think I'm trying to be fair here to like with these things. If Van Dijk is out, even for 4 or 5 months, let alone 7 or 8 months, 7 or 8 months is practically the season that he's going to be missing. If you lose Mane, you've still got Salah and Firmino of the highest level of attackers, and you've got the Jotas to come in. If you lose Thiago, if you lose Henderson, you've still got Gini, Fabinho, and other top-level central midfielders to come in and play. When you lose Van Dijk, there's nobody else in your squad in a central defensive position who is even on the same planet as Virgil van Dijk. The difference in the overall quality of that area of the pitch, Van Dijk's irreplaceable. He's actually, you can't even go into the transfer market and get as good as or better than Van Dijk. So losing him,
it's true.
It's like losing Cristiano Ronaldo or losing Lionel Messi or losing Lewandowski, or someone of that ilk. When you're losing people that are the creme de la creme, you literally cannot replace these people at all. And I feel genuinely sorry for Liverpool fans on a personal level, like not a personal, like a football level. I feel sorry for them. On a rival fan level, I don't care, bruv. I don't care.
Yo, I've just seen the full clip of what happened with Aguero, and now I look at it now and he's a bit mad. So he's trying to argue for the ball being going out in their favour, and she's like, nah. He confronts her, and then when he's walking off, he grabs her by the shoulder. I think that's very mad. Now that I've seen it all, like, you ain't doing that to a man.
The point Sophie Richo says here is, it is wrong in my opinion. Would he have done that to a man? Great question. All someone needs to do is look for footage and see whether if he's gone up to men and done that before when talking to them, then you can say, yeah. If he hasn't, then of course. But as I say, it's a difficult one to know because you don't know what was said. You don't know her feeling towards it. You don't know their relationship. You don't know if he's done it to other people before. But
Terry, but even if it's done to other people before, you've got to question Aguero anyway, because in the rules it's stated that you don't touch the officials. So it don't matter if it's male or female in this. If he's done it in the past before this, you still question him because that's mad.
Yeah, no. Again, I'm literally sitting here. I don't have an opinion on it's really hard. I don't think you should be touching officials, male or female. The fact she's a woman isn't the first thought in my mind, but I get that maybe females watching this look at it differently. Like, why is a man touching her? I totally get that. I suppose it depends. Like I've said, what's been said, nature of their relationship. I'm not saying he does know. You like some referees know footballers quite well, so maybe he's being overly friendly because he knows her. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there, but yeah, it's causing a stir on social media.
What about Kyle Walker almost hitting Gabriel kicking him in the head?
Yeah, that's part of the game, though, Miguel. So it is what it is.
That could have been given.
I want to go back to talk about Van Dijk here for a second. So Virgil van Dijk, reports coming out that he's going to be out for 7 to 8 months with a cruciate knee ligament injury. Aaron, welcome to the show, by the way, mate. How's that going to impact Liverpool, bro? Losing him for that long?
Massively. Is it confirmed that it's 7 to 8 months?
It was one of the big broadcasters has said that about 10 minutes ago. They just said it. It's a rumor right now, but they're saying it could be that long.
If it's really 7 to 8 months, you might as well go into the market in January because you're going to need some reinforcements. And I'm talking for Liverpool here. I can't see them carry on. If it's really true again, I can't see them go a full season playing Matip, Gomez, and who's the other centre back that they have?
This is what they're saying. That's it, bruv.
Is that it? Yes.
They've got those two, and then the Utes, bruv,
and Fabinho.
And you're not going to get through the season with challenging for the title in the Champions League, FA Cup. Okay, you can get away with it. League Cup, you can get away with it because you're playing the kids, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough, and already you can see Liverpool without Van Dijk. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. You can easily get through them when they're not playing Van Dijk. So, obviously, as a rival fan, I'm loving it because I can't wait to play Liverpool now. I believe our chances increase a bit more of beating them. But yeah, when you look at it from a Liverpool perspective, obviously it's a big blow. He's been one of the best players since he's been there. He's always
yeah. Go,
sorry?
keep going. Sorry,
He's been one of their best players defensively every time since he's been there, really, and every time he's played. So, it's a big blow for them. But as a rival fan, I'm loving it.
No. Now, what I want to see from Liverpool fans is apologising to people like Stroh, people like Drifty, who was calling out the fact that they need these players, that our players aren't invincible, and these reinforcements to come in, and they got slaughtered by Liverpool fans.
But do you know what it is?
They deserve apologies, fam.
Do you know what it is? Stroh and Drifty, yeah, and the whole Coppish team, by the way. These guys, they're reasonable fans. They're reasonable fans. Do you know what I mean? They don't support the club with their emotions. They also support the club with their brains. So they know exactly what they're talking about. When they all came out and said that, I said, spot on. Because if I was a Liverpool fan, I would have said the same thing. Yes, we got Van Dijk, who's arguably the best.
Pepe's hurt himself here. I just want to see this replay. Pepe goes up for this header.
I'm seeing it now as well. He's going up.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Is it head to head or is he on his knee?
It's one of them innocuous landing. It doesn't even look like anything, but he's.
It's not a foul, but it might be.
Yeah, it's the way he landed. It's the way he landed.
Just as we're talking about, they're looking at his knee now. No, I agree with you, Aaron. When it comes to Van Dijk, it's a massive.
He's coming off.
He's
coming off. Oh my God,
bad. That looks like Pepe's out. It looks like it could be the same kind of knee injury. When you lose one of your, I was saying to the guys, like, every other position at Liverpool, barring probably Trent and Robertson, in the midfield and attacking areas, there's other top quality players that can either fill in or to make up that area. When you lose Van Dijk, you can't even go into the market and buy someone as good as him. So their title defense now is, honestly, I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic. It's hanging in the balance. It truly is hanging in the balance here, because if they lose him for even 4 months, look, they've already dropped points in 2 of their first 5 games. They've conceded 15 goals in 5 games. Liverpool Football Club are in trouble right now, and them focusing on VAR and referees, it's a great PR tactic, but you ain't covering them cracks. That's papering over the cracks. They've got major problems, and they have done. Let's talk about Coppish boys again. They've been talking about this for months, that Liverpool haven't been the same since February. Facts. They haven't been the same since February, bruv.
No, but don't underestimate the versatility of Fabinho. He could fill into that centre-back role. It maybe could be their Fernandinho and play that centre-back role.
But that still only leaves them with 3 centre-backs again.
Exactly.
It's not the issue of do they have the quality of cover. It's they don't have enough cover. Because Fabinho, if he gets injured, or if Gomez, because Gomez is semi-injury prone, we've seen it, they'll be left with 1 first-team centre-back.
And automatically, when you do that, I've got no doubts that Fabinho can play centre-back. I've got no doubts. But that limits also their options in midfield, because now Thiago's probably going to have to play that, CDM role, because there's a space vacant now in midfield. Fabinho drops. Thiago probably plays CDM, which means Henderson is playing in midfield as well. Henderson's playing. Naby Keita as well. He's quite, I'm not going to say injury prone, but he struggles with injuries here and there sometimes. So, it's going to have to be, I think Wijnaldum's going to have to play a lot of games as well this season. And ultimately, if Wijnaldum plays, that leaves you with who on the bench as options in midfield? James Milner, maybe. Yeah.
There's not a lot.
Who else? Shaqiri. There's not a lot of options.
It's threadbare. You're right. And look, yes, you can put Fabinho in defence, but like I've said, he's nowhere near You're losing the best centre back in the world.
Exactly.
There is no replacing him in the long term. You can plug a hole for 2 or 3 games, but if they have to go 2/3, 3/4 of this season with no Van Dijk, I'm saying it now, they're not retaining their Premier League title. It's the equivalent of selling him this year.
This might
actually not getting
open
any
up.
calls our way.
This is opening up the league. Terry, stop making me laugh. This is opening up the league a lot now that we have a weakened Liverpool for such an extended amount of time. It's going to be really interesting. Very interesting.
It is so hard to get Bernardo Silva off that ball, man.
They're calling bubblegum for a reason, fam.
Yo, do you know what? It's so hard to get the ball off that guy, man.
Yeah, it's true. We've got a super chat here from James who says, we need to go back to playing heavy metal football like we did before Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. Why would you do that? That's when
this season, this season's not the season for heavy metal football, bro.
Bro,
it's really not.
You know when Liverpool played heavy metal football, they lost more points from losing positions than any other professional team in Europe, including like Leyton Orient's level. So I don't want to go back to that, bruv. It was entertaining, but it was janky, bruv. It really is. A lot more responsive we're getting here. So a lot of people are saying, like Sophie and the like, 'cause she's here, I agree that it was natural for him, yes, but Defo shouldn't be touching her. To be honest, male or female, officials shouldn't be touched. But it was just odd. And look, I respect Sophie's opinion on that because Sophie is a football player as well. And you are right. He probably shouldn't have put his hands on the individual. The only thing I would say is I'm almost intrigued now to want to see whether he does it as a general matter. If he's just done it to her, then I think action should be taken because why are you doing it to her because she's a woman? Like, but if he does it to all referees, then I think it's just a case of saying, stop touching referees, mate. Like, just get your hands off them.
You know what? I think actions are going to be taken regardless. I think the FA are going to look at this and or the Premier League or whoever deals with these things, they're going to look at this and probably fine him. I think he will get a fine.
Yeah.
But do you know what, though? Someone's just put loads of pictures together of loads of different football players and referees all touching each other when they're talking in different ways. That's what's going to be hard about it because...
Yeah, but the thing is, if those pictures of them conversating and looking like they're on an equal playing field in terms of the discussion they're having, then it's not the same because if you watch the full clip, he was basically arguing with... That's
it. And that's what we were saying earlier. I think that the context of the matter is the most important bit. You have to understand what was being said. Like, we don't know what he actually said to her and what she said back. And she might come out afterwards and go, no, it's all fine. And then it's a case of it's cool. We just don't know. I think speculation is what it is. But there we go. It's going to be an interesting one. Arsenal here. Are you confident you're going to come back into this game, Miguel?
It's been terrible so far, honestly.
Yo, Baz was saying you've been playing good, bro. What are you saying?
We created 2 good chances, and we haven't been clinical. That is the only positives you can take away so far from the first half. Besides that, I haven't seen too many great things that we've done. Let's be honest. We got into a box a couple times. To be fair, if City themselves have only created what? They've had 15 shots, 10 shots. How many?
Only.
No,
just say only.
No. Listen, they've had a lot of shots at our target, but only 4 of them have been on target, I think, right? Where Arsenal, we've had how many shots? 8, and we've had 3 on target. So we just need to be a little bit more clinical. We would be back in this game in no time.
I mean, you've had quite a few. Yeah, it's been tight in terms of opportunities. In terms of chances created, that's always a nice key indicator. How many chances you've actually created. That's 8-6. So, yeah, you've not been too far out of this game, to be fair. And, you need to just do a little bit better. You just need to be more clinical, I suppose. Who's had the better chances? I think that's been pretty... I mean, Saka should have buried it, bruv. Like, Saka, 100%.
Yeah, he should have scored.
Yeah.
You know what? Their chances have not been the best chances. A lot of their chances have been near post.
Confirmed about Virgil van Dijk, you know?
Yeah, torn ACL, 7 months, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I said when he was walking off, I said it looked like one. One. Cameron put the comment in. Cameron, who's confirmed it, bruv? I want to know who's confirmed it so I can go check it out, please, my man. Mate, I don't want to celebrate a man getting injured. That's never what I'm about. But there's this part of me that's like, for the league, that
my God.
up, man.
It's a massive shock. It's like when De Bruyne got injured for Man City for like the whole city. It's a shock. It's like, yo, you've seen a player dominate the league, and he's been fit and healthy. To see them to be out for so long is a massive shock. And it's like, oh right, okay, what does this mean for the rest of the league?
So what's the knee-jerk reaction right after this, though? Is everyone going to say, oh, Liverpool's not going to win the league now?
No, I don't think so. You still put them as the favourites to win the league, because they won it last season. They bought what they needed in terms of the midfield area. So you've still got to say that they're one of the best teams in England. I just feel like their chances are now gone down significantly.
You can't lose someone that good and not have it change how you think a team is going to do. Like Man United in 2010, where Chelsea won the league, we would have gone 4 on the bounce, but we missed out by like a point. That season, I swear it was that season. It might have been another year where we just missed out by a point or 2. We had like Vidic and Rio out collectively for about 2/3 of the season. And I remember sitting there thinking, if we'd have had Rio and Vidic fit all year, I'm pretty sure we'd have won at least one more point, maybe 2, and won the league. That could be the difference with Van Dijk being out. It could be the difference between, O'Shea's prediction of another high 90s points title is done. It's dead now. Because Liverpool are going to concede about 50 goals this year. There's no doubt about it. 50-odd goals.
Also, they already have 13, so it's not that far.
Also, you also got to think about this as well. What Van Dijk comes back after this?
True.
Because we do not know how he, as a man, will mentally take this injury and this layoff, and how he will come back physically when it's time for him to come back after these 7 months. So, not just how the league's going to look, but even Van Dijk as a player, is this something that will hold him back? We'll have to obviously wait and see.
There's an official tweet here that's from somebody verifies. His initial scans show Van Dijk has ruptured his ACL ligament. Intended spell break to be around 7 months. Surgery is also going to be required.
Surgery as well. Aaron, wow. You're an ex-footballer, so you know about surgery, innit? Like,
well, thank God I've never had an injury to the point where I had to have surgery. So I don't know what it feels like.
But in terms of the players that you know, like.
Oh yeah. Because obviously I've played with players that have had ruptured ACLs as well, and the first thing you know is, even though the player is overconfident, like a Van Dijk, who's very confident, you can see the way he plays, the way he talks. He's a very confident guy. The first thing it messes up is your mental side, bro. You're starting to think, oh my God, I'm gonna miss. Especially if it's at the start of the season like this, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm missing the rest of the season. Oh my God, the Euros are coming up. Oh my God, this. Oh my, do you know what I mean? So you're overthinking a lot. Do you know what I mean? So you start to doubt, and those first 2-3 games back, they're going to be stressing, bro, because you're thinking, am I going to rupture it again? You're going to be scared to commit. Do you see what I mean?
And it depends on, as you say, it can cause problems with, a lot of players come back, they're never quite as fast again. Look at Theo Walcott.
Exactly.
You lose a bit of something, and I actually hope that doesn't happen to Virgil van Dijk, the man, because he doesn't deserve that. I would never wish that upon any football player. But it's a stark reality that this is what could happen now. The biggest question for Liverpool is, how do you replace him because it might take 18 months to get him back fully. Like, in terms of, he might be back playing by the end of the season, and then you've got to take it slowly. The amount of times you see somebody do the other knee or re-hurt it again when they come back, and it's such a bad injury. And Pickford can't go out in Liverpool now, bruv.
Oh no, that's not going to be.
No, we've seen great players. We've seen great players drop off 2 to 3 levels because of major injuries like this. Yeah. Even great players, like, you know what I mean? Kobe Bryant got injured and he never came back the same player. God forbid that something like that happens to him. But
and you talk about Kobe Bryant. I think even in football, Brazilian Ronaldo, when he got that knee injury, yes, he finished top goal scorer at the World Cup, and yes, he won it, but he was never quite the same. He was never quite the same again, because when he done that knee, his pace was gone. So basically, he played up front, but all he had left was the technique and the finishing. That's all he had left.
Yeah, the blister. No, of course. And I think that's what the worry will be. It's replacing him. How does he come back from it? What else they do this season? And we've seen so many top players. I mean, some are. You look at someone like a Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's never damaged him, but he was also very young when he did his. And if you're 20 odd years old, 21, 22, cool. When you're like in your late 20s as well, that's the one thing that Messi and Ronaldo have never had to contend with, is a career-threatening injury in their late 20s, early 30s, and then try to recover from it. It could even be the beginning of the end of Virgil van Dijk, in terms of, I always remember it was about the second or third bad hamstring injury that Fernando Torres had at Liverpool. And I said to a Liverpool friend of mine, I said, bruv, you can see a massive decline in him now. And he's like, nah, I'd be fine. He was never, and that's lovely by Raheem Sterling. He was never the same again. And I'm not wishing that upon Virgil van Dijk. But Liverpool will be thinking it. That behind the scenes now, they will start to look at someone who says, Terry, it's fake news. I'm reporting what...
It's fake news.
I'm literally reporting what a major TV broadcaster has said live on the air. That's all we're talking about here, bruv. Liverpool fans, slow yourselves down. Stop panicking and getting angry, you little... Oh, I need to swore then.
Yeah, but has he had this injury before? Because if you have a knee injury and then you get another one, it could be bone on bone, and then he'll need a donor, and that's when you lose a lot of your pace. I don't
think he's done a cruise ship before.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so he's good.
Yeah.
I had a question, but I forgot what it was.
There's some people who are superhuman and they come back from these kind of injuries quick and better than they ever have been. Like, and then there's some people it destroys them. So we don't know what he's gonna be.
Name me the superhuman you on about, bro.
Russell Westbrook came back in the NBA and he was a completely different player. Maybe
What-
not in
what
football.
was his-
To be fair,
What is his injury?
Bro, but football's
His
different,
injury,
man.
the exact same injury.
Football's different,
The
though,
exact same
man.
injury.
Football's different, man. You got studs in grass. It's people go like the challenges in football. It's different to basketball.
No. I'm just saying he came back a better player, same explosiveness.
Yeah,
It does happen when you come back the
it's
same
so
player.
rare. Like my view, that's rare, bro. That's like rocking horse poo, isn't it? But
No, I don't watch basketball, but I know Russell Westbrook is absolute beast of a man. You know what I'm saying? So
Ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know too many examples in football where someone got a major knee injury and they came back the exact same player, maybe even better, like
Van
this guy
Nistelrooy
has.
is one that
yeah,
stands
those are
out.
examples that we need to be seeing.
Yeah.
Someone says Marco van Basten. I don't know about that.
I didn't know he did
his
you know when
knee.
people throw up these names? Like, yes, I know the name and the player, but I've never seen him play. So
We're not Ram, you know. We don't have VHS black and white footage of these men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we were lucky enough to see Ronaldinho play towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys think we can nick a goal quick? Because these guys, they haven't been.
Not right now. These men have just
The way
they're
it's
just
looking now,
keeping
yeah,
it.
City
They've
are just
been on us.
controlling.
Do you know what's
They've been
annoying
on-
me about Liverpool fans? I'm already seeing the tweets saying, see, this has been targeted. Pickford did it on purpose. All fans are happy. They've been targeted. They've wanted this to happen. It's like fans have been wishing it. They've got what they wanted now. You know, it's like, I haven't really seen any credible people wish that Van Dijk gets an injury like this. Liverpool fans have just got to take it on the chin here, bruv. All of our clubs have suffered these similar things, bruv. You know, I'm not comparing.
Yeah,
I'm not comparing
we
Luke
weren't
Shaw.
saying
Hang on one
this
sec,
when
bro. I'm
Paul
not comparing
Pogba
Luke
got
Shaw to Van Dijk. But when Luke Shaw started off the season, was looking like he was going to be a beast, and his leg got snapped. It wasn't because Liverpool fans wanted it to happen. It's because a player broke his leg. Like, do you get where I'm coming from? Like, stop being over dramatic. End of the day, blame your club for not buying an adequate replacement, or another player who's good enough next to him. That's on your club, bruv. End of the day.
Do you reckon that was the question I was going to ask? Do you reckon the FA are going to now look at Pickford's challenge and potentially give him a ban after that?
Well, Liverpool are asking for it.
No, he's England's number one. They'll protect him.
Isn't it if the
But
referee
Liverpool are right now the England's darlings of a football club. So do they listen to it? That's what I'm wondering.
No, but KJ, isn't it if it's in the referee's book that he noted down the incident, they can't go back and retrospectively do anything?
But I think so. Like, I'm not too sure. I'm just wondering, innit?
So the referee seen it. He writes it down in his match report after the game.
Yeah, the referee said he's
they
seen
can't
it,
do
and
nothing.
VAR's reviewed it. I don't think there's anything they can do. But it'd be interesting to see what they're doing. And you're all right. England's certain positions within the England team, captains like Gerrard and Terry, Tony Adams. These people have been protected since day dot, bruv. Like,
that's not a yellow.
It is a yellow. Cancelo's been booked.
Yeah, he just got booked. Yeah, Pickford will be protected, man, regardless.
This guy's been a flop for them, but their flops don't get spoken about.
But Pickford didn't do it.
Flop for them. What, Cancelo?
Pickford also didn't mean to injure him.
No, Pickford.
Like, Pickford didn't mean to injure him as well. Like, people are going to make it sound like a conspiracy. Do you know what I'd throw back at Liverpool fans? When Sadio Mane puts 5, 6, 7 stitches into Edison's face, and then you guys said there was no intent, and you wanted him protected because there was no intent. It's the same for Pickford. Pickford didn't go out there, in my opinion, trying to injure his knee. So why are you trying to get the man an additional ban? Like, it was no intent.
Yeah.
And you guys defending your players for no intent, so have the same energy. But they won't. But there we go.
Well, what I do agree with what everyone's been saying during the game earlier today is that Pickford, oh my God, his performances are just going from worse to worse. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You made 2 great saves, but that whole game was just a shambles, man. Even that goal that they conceded in the end that was ruled out because of offside, he should have saved it. See the way that bounced off his hand, and then somehow it still manages to go in. Like, it's just comedy, man. It's literally just comedy, and I'm happy that Ancelotti got in another goalkeeper to give him some competition.
Yeah, he's awful,
They're
bro.
trying to shut up shop.
How he's still playing for England and Henderson isn't. I don't care that Henderson's I don't care that Henderson's our backup. Henderson is a better goalkeeper, period.
But you know what? I'm happy about Jack Butland coming back to the Premier League now, because I believe Jack Butland, he puts in a few good performances, like consistently, he'll be back in the England squad.
But the thing is, why didn't Liverpool pick him up? He cost £1 million, fam.
Literally, bro. I don't know.
Why didn't we pick him up?
We
could have got him.
your backup goalkeeper now.
Why did we get Runnerson? I've never seen him play.
Whoa, what's this again? I thought he was back the team.
No. I honestly don't know. A man who couldn't get into his team in the French league. How is he going to be our backup goalkeeper?
That's what backup
Because
goalies
that's
are.
what
They don't
backup
get into
goalkeepers
the
are,
first
fam.
team. They don't get into the first team, bruv.
Some of them are just happy. Some of them are just happy to be backups, man.
Let's be honest. United has 3 goalkeepers that could start.
Yes, but that's rare. No, I was about to say that United's situation with having 3 first-team goalkeepers is rare. Like, no one has that normally.
And do you know what it is as well? How old is Renison, however he's called? Sorry.
I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
So his early 20s, 24.
Early
25.
20s. You know what the good thing for him is as well? Even if he doesn't play, let's say this whole season he doesn't play, then the whole of next season he doesn't play. If he then decides, look, I want to leave, clubs are going to pick him up because they know, he's been at Arsenal. Do you see what I mean? So there's that aspect of the transfer as well. He probably knows he's not going to be number 1. But if he leaves Arsenal, he's going to find the club easy.
And the thing is, if Leno wouldn't have had the injury and wouldn't have missed the games, and you wouldn't have seen...
He's 25. Ooh, okay.
If you wouldn't have seen... If Leno didn't get injured and Martinez didn't come in and do a madness, you would have had no care about Martinez leaving. That's a foul on Saka. Comment here says, Terry, the difference between 8 stitches and a ruptured cruciate ligament. Yes, there is. One's a far more serious injury. But the point is of the intent. Neither intended to hurt their fellow opponent. There was no intent. I'm still saying it's a red card, but let's not start trying to the outcome of the tackles is never the issue. That's why if you go in 2-footed and miss the player, you still get sent off. It's not the outcome of the tackle that makes it bad. It's the dangerous nature of it. I'm not saying you shouldn't get a 3-game ban, Pickford. He shouldn't be protected. He should be banned. But there are some of these tweets I'm talking about one guy at Liverpool fan tweeted, it's got about 3,000 retweets saying they should ban Pickford for as long as Van Dijk's injury.
That's just delusion,
Stop
man.
It.
3,000 bloody retweets. It's a lot of delusion.
Stop it.
Shocking.
What the hell is that?
It's just a normal foul, bruv.
Nah.
Why are you shouting that?
Dirty player, bro.
Unless they're back your player, unless they're your sub goalie, innit?
Yo, you guys come on. Let's be honest. You guys would throw banter this way, knowing that he's not good enough to start.
I don't know.
Whoa. No one's ever bantered Runnerson.
No. But I'm saying if he was a starter, he would never be our starter. Realistically, I think the whole reason why we got rid of Martinez was for money reasons. That's it. We brought him in as a cheap option for this season.
No, you got
and
rid of
Runnerson will never play a game.
He wanted to leave.
I don't think Runnerson will ever play a game in the league.
Guys, 1 sec. Important news. Just been confirmed to me. Maguire, 110% starting tonight.
Hand in the resignation now, Ollie. Just do it, bruv. Just do it, fam. So there's a rumor saying the front 3 is Rashford, James, and Mata, fam.
Oh Lord!
Like,
what is he doing?
Just resign, bro. Like, this is not good. You're not helping yourself.
He's literally not helping himself.
Nothing.
This is. I'm not. To be fair, this ain't nothing to do with thinking. I think we're gonna lose. It's over now. It's more of Ollie as a manager.
He's not learning from his mistakes, man.
You don't play this guy who's going through one of the toughest times he's had in football, when he clearly needs a rest and a break from the whole thing.
And I don't care what Maguire says to him. Maguire might think, I want to play. You need to stop this. You need to take him out the firing line. And if Van der Beek ain't starting today, I don't normally get angry about starting lineups, but it's like you need to change something. I don't even want to swear, but I feel like swearing.
All right, there's 2 more minutes to the full lineup. I swear, fam.
I'm pissed.
I told you, actually, what am I doing? We're on the vibes thing. Maguire's playing. He's playing, fam. You know what it is? It is what it is. Like, this is where we're going now as a club, innit? So, hopefully, man plays well. Hopefully, he gets he just has a monster of a game. Ollie, I'm praying for you, fam. I am, because this might come sooner than you think.
Guys, I'm speechless. This game right now for me is torture. We don't have.
No, go on, keep on.
We're not having any of the ball, and there's when we do get chances, we're just scuffing our chances. It's just annoying.
Yeah, but it's because you got a poor manager, bruv.
That has nothing to do with the manager right now.
Hang on, but when Man United played poorly, it's poor manager. You said.
No, our players were not clinical today.
Yeah, but the manager hasn't coached them properly all week. He hasn't coached them properly.
Wait, Gal, look at this game, yeah? You have not had the ball for how long in the second half? What changes has he made to rectify this?
That is something you can question, yes. And why hasn't he made a change until now? Lacazette was the first change.
Lacazette didn't come on, did he?
No, he just come on.
I missed that.
Why is Thomas Partey just warming up now? Why was
Starting lineup out. Oh, it's all true. 1% David De Gea, 1% Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay and Fred holding the midfield. Paul Pogba dropped on the bench. Mata, Fernandes, James, Rashford leading the line. Telles on the bench. Bailly on the bench. Matic and Pogba on the bench. Igalo and Van der Beek on the bench, bruv. Like,
how can Donny not get a start? How can he not get a start? This is a game for Donny van der Beek. It screams him. I'm not upset about Juan Mata playing.
Oh, St. Maximin's back.
I ain't upset about I ain't upset about Pogba being dropped. Like he deserved to be dropped. But fam, this is a game for Donny van der Beek. Why are you man playing Scott McTominay
and Fred? I shouldn't laugh, but I'm gonna have to laugh because it hurts my brain.
Yo, it is what it is. We go again. Aaron, get your head up, fam. We go again, blood.
No, I'm tweeting, bro. I'm fuming. I'm fuming before the game even starts.
We go again. Bro. The vibes will come through, bruv. The vibes. Dan James returning to the start.
What is he doing?
Dan James is back. Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
He's back, baby. Here we go. I guarantee you have a better performance than Pepe has today.
Oh, man. I just imagine him dancing. You see that video footage of him dancing in the dressing room?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I could just imagine him coming down I would almost love it if he was coming down the walkway, the tunnel to come out, singing it, I guess he's back. I'd just be like, trollers, bruv. I'd love that. They might actually make him play better, relax a bit, bruv. Just put Pogba and Matt. Well, do you know what? I know we've got Paris Saint-Germain in the week. But play Donny, bruv.
You guys got a tough run.
Play Donny van der Beek. That's all we asked. That's all we ever wanted. But yo, clearly he's got other ideas. Oi, this game is gonna be beautiful, fam. It will be. It'll be poetic. Is Matty Longstaff starting?
I haven't looked at their team.
I know Maximin starting.
Let me look at their team. No, Shelby and Hayden in the middle. St. Maximin. Hendrick on the other side. They're gone for two up top. Joe Linton and Wilson, bruv. And then Lascelles, Lewis, Fernandez. Is it pronounced Croft? Or whatever his name is. Right back.
Yeah, the wing back.
Ah, bruv. It's going to be peak. 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 It's going to be horrible. It is. When I look at our team, I don't know, barring Rashford, if you put like a Igalo in that's basically our Europa League team from last year.
This is hilarious.
Did you guys see Bernardo Silva flop? He jumped into Gabriel and was like, ah!
He tried his best.
Oh my God.
This is how you know this game is finished, yeah?
It's finished before you even started, bro.
Yeah, like, man City, literally, when that midfield came out, yeah, I knew you, man, ain't going to have the ball, fam. It is what it is.
But what you have to understand
by
is,
the way,
you're not expected to have the
about
ball.
Man United, right? There's no Greenwood even on the bench.
What?
Greenwood's not even on the bench today.
What's going on with you guys?
He He's lost his head. That's all I can say.
Hang on, I just realised something else as well. Oh, Alex Telles on the bench. Not even got Palastri on the bench, bruv. Just stick him on there, bruv. Oh, City. I think Arsenal are going to nick an equaliser in this game, you know.
I can feel that.
In fairness, look, with Greenwood not being there, let's wait to see what he says. If it turns out Greenwood had a cold last night or whatever, or failed a test, do you know what I mean? There could be a reason that's logical. Like, but there's no reason to not play Van der Beek. There's no reason to not start Alex Telles, in my opinion. There's no reason for Maguire to even be with the squad. Anyway, let's focus on Arsenal versus Man City here. 15 minutes to go. We're live straight after this game finishes. The post-match reaction show. And then we've got a post-match reaction show for Man United. Newcastle as well.
Oh, you did that good. You did that good.
Oh, man.
He's like, that's it good. And then Cage is like, it's terrible. Yeah, I can't do an accent. Saved my life. Oh, that's lovely play. Oh, Tini just got done. Oh, David Luiz, he's got a low goal. Oh, nearly. Oh, that would have made me so happy because Tierney just got folded inside out like he's a bit of paper in origami. And then David Luiz put it in the back of his own net. Oh.
I don't even know if I want to watch this game, you know.
it feels like torture.
Listen, you guys beat them 4-1 last time. Have some optimism.
No. Optimism kills. Come on, City. Just finish Arsenal off now.
You're trying to find enjoyment from your rivals winning. Look at you.
Why are you always like this, bro?
No, because you called me out for laughing at you guys for losing to Spurs. But if
when did I call you out for that?
Terry, you said it point blank.
Yes, because I was defending your club and you attacked me. It made no sense at that point. It's like me saying, bruv, your hair looks good. Fuck you, Terry. What? I was being nice. That's why I said it. It was contextually wrong.
I love you again, bro.
No. I wasn't talking about the other day. I was talking about the week when 7-2 happened and 6-1 happened. I came on. I'm like, it was a good weekend for me. But you said, why are you celebrating Tottenham's win?
Bruv, I'm angry and I'm bitter and it is my channel and I'll do what I want.
But the thing is, celebrating Tottenham's win is not saying to you can't enjoy rivals' downfall. It's the fact that you was enjoying your biggest rival's victory. Those are two different arguments, fam.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like if it was you and Liverpool in an FA Cup final, I'd rather you win.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
I would, and I actually love seeing Arsenal fans suffer. It is like a drug to me. So
I don't know where that comes from, though.
I keep looking at Man United's team. Man United's team is giving me depression.
Don't stop looking at it. I've told you. And where it comes from, Miguel, is AFTV. That's where it comes from.
I get less stressed and downbeat and depressed when I stare at my bald patch in the mirror than when I look at Man United's starting lineup. I'd rather go in the mirror and look at my bald patch than look at this team.
Look at Aaron.
Aaron's gone.
Aaron's gone, blood. He's just like, no, like, what is
that? No, I honestly don't want to watch the game. I honestly don't.
Aaron, where's the optimism, though? There's no optimism.
No. We've told you it's vibes only. There's no optimism or no pessimism. It's just it's what it is.
Because we'll end up like
floating in space.
Gal, by the end of this season, do you know how angry you're going to be? Because you're positive, man. You got no hope.
No, bro, I'm going to be the same way. Same way.
I love that.
I'm the same person. Right now we're losing 1-0. At the end of the day, you guys all thought we were going to get battered. I thought we were going to win this game.
You remind me. Have you guys seen Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
With Ben Stiller. You guys seen that? You remind me of Simple Jack.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Terry, what do you want me to do? You want me to come out here and be like, nah, our team's shit. We're going to lose every single game. Nah, mate. Never.
Egal. You every time Terry puts the bait out and you take it. Stop taking the bait. Stop taking the bait.
Nah, bro.
I love that. That film Tropic Thunder is so funny, man. I love that film. He just rips into like. I love how they take the mick. Oh, hang on. Arsenal half a chance. Oh, that's a foul there. Ooh, free kick in a good area here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's been dead today, bruv. Where has he been?
The whole Arsenal team have been dead.
Oh, Saka's been really good.
No, he has not, because he should have scored.
He missed
Saka
a
has had a
sitter.
decent game.
He missed a sitter, bruv.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But all
He's been
around,
okay.
Yes.
listen,
Yep.
you can't base a whole performance on one little
You
moment.
can when you're being biased.
He's been okay, fam. Like that's all he's been.
He's been all right. He's been no more than a 6 out of 10.
Like even Man City, they've been a 6 out of 10, fam. They've been okay, fam.
Yes,
like
City have not been great tonight.
Yeah, neither team has been at their scintillating best. But you know what? It's not always going to be amazing.
How's Thomas Partey playing? Playing? Oh, no. Right, I've got to ban you and have a laugh because I'm going to be crying in 3 hours' time. So,
Terry, we're not. Listen, okay, let's not get it twisted. Yeah, we're not losing the game.
Pepe is going to score here. Pepe is going to bend this in the corner, and then we're going to see Simple Jack jumping around. Pepe! Oh, just wide.
Aaron literally is done, bro. Like he is.
Aaron's actually making me laugh.
Done.
It's just like he's
What's
finished.
worse? The lineup or the fact that you have to pay £15 to see it?
It's the lineup.
Oh, I'm not paying £50. I'm not.
We're never gonna. No, even if the lineup was good, we ain't paying the £15.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying that, bro.
The lineup is disgraceful.
Yeah, bro.
No Partey.
This lineup, yeah. Even if I was the manager, I never would have picked this team, bro. Never.
Donnie,
yes, I know we got PSG on Tuesday, but no.
Is it safe to say that you guys are now in a worse situation than us?
Oh yeah, we've been in a worse situation than you guys. Yeah. And I think Ollie knows that his job's on the line, so he's trying to play it safe.
Playing it safe with this team.
Thomas Partey's on. Yeah. Thomas Partey's on, brother. Thomas Partey's here.
Here's why you're playing it. He's playing it safe because if this doesn't work out, he can't be accused of having the best players out and still not winning.
Oh man,
he'll just get accused of being clueless. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this is football. Last 9 minutes, you get your hopes up, or 8 minutes. We're gonna get a draw. Watch.
Thomas Partey's on now, though, bruv. I want to see what he does.
Yo, how far
he gives the foul away straight away in a dangerous area. You got to bring that back, ref. Hey, don't bring it back. Partey's lucky there. Whatever you want. Whatever
Shaka's
you say,
on.
you pay the
Interesting.
money, you pay the price. Oh, man. Well, at least in the next game, we'll have Cavani.
He's an option, at least.
Do you know what I think adds to it, Igao, is the fact that we're not happy with certain players being picked, certain players being on the bench. But it's that we still haven't got to see Van der Beek 4 games in now start a Premier League game. And it's like...
And start with the good players.
It's like insult to injury on top of everything else. Like, if we'd have won our opening games and been looking good when we picked this team, there wouldn't be this... Van der Beek, it's just there. It's like one thing after another is frustrating us.
Let me look at it from a different perspective.
Yep.
From a non-biased perspective, what do you think about the maybe he's easing him into the Premier League and he's not putting him on go and do you?
No, because you only do that when your team is playing well. When we need reinforcements, when we need something different, you don't ease in a player that brings you what you need. You play him.
And not when he's come on and games he's started and games he's come on in, he's looked good.
Mm-hmm. Like he's played well. It's not like he's been playing rubbish, fam. Like he's played well, scored in his debut. What more can the man do, fam? Like, woo! Let's go, man. Let's go.
No,
that's all I can say.
Because sometimes managers get praised when they don't play somebody right away, and then later in the season they pick it up and they start performing really well.
Yes, but if you look at those managers, those teams are normally playing really well beforehand, and then when they bring them in, it's like, he fits in perfectly. What great management! But if you're not playing well, what's holding back a player to get him used to the league ain't doing squat for you, bruv.
There's no point. Yeah. There's no reason. There's no rationale right now for not playing Van der Beek. Do you know, he's got to a point where his agent's already kicking off about it. 4 games in. So hang on, you bought this guy it also speaks massively that maybe you weren't even what Ollie wanted. And like, Ollie's like, I don't really want to start you because you're not what I wanted. Now, I'm not saying Ollie's right or wrong for doing that. Just screams there's problems left, right, and centre at the club. It's mad. For me, Van der Beek should be pretty much in every single starting lineup we pick. He's wicked. He's top quality.
I can't.
You know what? Yeah, all I'm gonna say is, Paul Pogba super sub. Let's go, fam. Like it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Paul Pogba super sub.
Oh, nothing.
I love you, girl. So much,
that was for. That was because Partey completed the pass, isn't it?
No, that was David Luiz's cross to Aubameyang, and then nothing came from it.
Yeah, it was an overhit cross. Bad run from Aubameyang. I saw that.
How long is left of this game, fam? This has been dreadful.
You know what this is? You know what this is? This is when you're like, you think you're going to go watch an amazing movie. You go to the theater. You walk out, and you're like, what did I just watch?
Oh, Sterling, he just sat down Bellerin. Oh, Partey. Oh, he didn't even make a mistake. Oh, that would have been so fun. That's how I'm going to get all my fun now this season.
Right, just looking at rivals and clutching at straws, bruv.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments section, I'm posting the link in the comments section now for the match reaction show for the Arsenal City game. So I'm spamming it.
Are you going to combine it with the Chelsea boys as well?
Mm-hmm. So, bro?
Are you going to combine the reaction with the Chelsea game as well?
The United one. There ain't going to be enough time because the United game kicks off in 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so get yourselves over to that now. And we'll see you over there, guys. Everyone who's tuned in with us today, take care. Goodbye. God